Whoop, whoop.
Are you ready, Luise, for today?
I'm totally ready. I'm
Party
a little
number
bit
2.
stressed, but I'm totally ready.
Why are you so stressed?
Well, I worked on a really difficult thing until a few seconds ago, and then I had to clean my desk, and I had acrylic paint on my glass mat, and I needed to.
Yep.
Does that count as exercise?
Always. Always. Anything in the craft room counts as exercise.
Oh, that is good. That is really good. Compartmental making part 2. Welcome.
I hear a mega echo here. I hear you like when you're talking the first time, and then I hear it like 10 seconds later again. This is really weird.
Okay,
Oh, maybe
that is weird.
should I get out and in again?
Perhaps you want to try that?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
will try that. Okay, guys, I'll be
Okay.
right back. Hopefully.
Bye, bye. Don't leave me alone here. Oh, no, I'm alone. Hopefully, I can manage to bring her in back again. So we thought we come a little bit earlier so that we can talk to each other and wait until a few people are here. So hopefully she's coming back. But to be honest, I have no idea what I need to do to bring her back. Oh no. She said something needs to pop up here, but I don't know where. Hopefully everyone's doing good. Oh, here we go. Barbara, please come back. Yay! There she is again. So do you
Okay,
still have an echo?
right now, no. So let's hope that
Oh,
stays that.
that's good. I can understand you well today as well. Better than the last time.
Whoop, whoop. Okay, cool.
Let's hope for the best.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Hello,
Let's do this.
everybody. Yeah, let's do this. I made the black white. Okay, trying to read your comments. Hello, everyone. Hi, everybody.
Oh, the chat is already really fast.
Yep. Hallo aus Stuttgart. Ich meine, liebe Grüße nach Stuttgart. Wisconsin. Yay.
Shall we perhaps start with again explaining what we are doing here for all of those who have missed part 1 on Friday?
You know what I would love to do first, actually?
Tell me.
I would love to hear from the viewers that are already here in the chat. Who of you have seen part 1 and who have not? Because I would love to see the split of who's new and who is here. So maybe if you were in part 1, put a 1 in the chat. If you're here for the first time, if this is the first part for you, put a number 2 in the chat. I would really love to see what that looks like.
That would be really interesting.
Ooh, lots of ones. Yay! Love it. Oh my goodness, there's so many ones. Oh my goodness, you guys
And
rock.
now the chat is so fast. Holy cow.
Okay. This is amazing.
Ooh, but thanks for the feedback.
Wow. Okay, now lots of 2s. Okay, because I wanted to know this because I think, Luise, this might be an indication of how long we should do the intro.
Yeah.
Probably a little shorter than last time because anybody who has missed it can also go back.
Yeah.
Watch a more lengthy intro, but we obviously will explain shortly what we're doing and maybe what we're continuing today or doing new today. I don't know, Luise, what you're going to do. So yeah.
And I would like to, after we've explained that in English, quickly say it in German, because there was just one person, Andrea, hello, who asked if we can explain that in German. And I think that makes sense. I haven't thought about that on Friday, because when they watch the replay and then they have the subtitles, it's perhaps a little bit confusing what the subtitles say so that they can understand it. But perhaps we can quickly do that in both languages.
Okay.
Okay. So Oh my goodness,
Oh my
Jenny.
goodness,
Thank you so
Jenny,
much.
you
Thank
rock. Thank you.
you. Yeah, so what is compartmental making, Barbara?
You're asking me now. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, on
I was not
Friday I
expecting that.
had to explain
Oh
it.
my
So
goodness. So
today,
you're testing me if I paid attention on Friday. Ooh, okay. Jesus. So I just want to say that we also kind of had a discussion about the difference between compartmental making and mass making. So there seems to be a little bit of a difference. That part I'm going to leave to Luise.
okay.
But let me start off with compartmental making. I'm getting better at saying this. I don't know why this is so hard to say. Compartmental making. So some of you have compared it last time to like an assembly line or a production line work. So basically you split you don't make one full ephemera piece and then the next full ephemera piece, but you do one step of the ephemera piece at a time. So for example, if we take a tag, we would maybe start out by cutting all the shapes out, and then next maybe inking them all up, and then next maybe stamping them all and maybe putting splatters on all. So it's kind of like an assembly line. And the point is to be more efficient on one hand. On the other hand, the advantage is, as Luise has explained last time, that you learn in the process and you get practice in doing those single steps over and over repeatedly. And we have both discovered last time, which I thought was super cool, that we do things that we would not do if we wouldn't do it in this process, but if we would do each piece individually, which was super interesting because I started off sort of like with a vision of what I wanted to do, and within the first, I think, 10 minutes, I was like throwing that overboard. Let's try this. And it was so much fun because I would have never done that otherwise. So I'm so happy to have discovered that. And I'm so curious what will happen today because I have kind of like a broad idea, but I'm guessing I'll completely go off the rails again. And I'm so looking forward to that.
Oh, Kim, bye-bye.
Oh no,
That is not so good.
Kim, all the best.
Oh, and she's one of my very, 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 very first followers.
Aww.
It's so nice to see you here. I wish you all the best.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I will quickly say that in German. Also, was ist Compartmental Making? Das bedeutet im Prinzip nichts anderes, als dass man sich überlegt, welche Teile meines Journals will ich später haben. Das kann Ephemera sein, das können Seiten sein, das können Cover sein, das können alle Bestandteile des Journals sein. Und dann, wenn man die macht, teilt man sich die einzelnen Schritte, die man dafür gewöhnlich macht, auf und macht zuerst für alle Teile den ersten Schritt, zum Beispiel Karten, wenn du Journaling-Karten machst, schneidest du dir die Kartenrohlinge zurecht. Am nächsten Tag oder 2 Stunden später oder wann auch immer, jedenfalls als nächstes, machst du zum Beispiel alle Hintergründe. Als nächstes schneidest du alle Fokuspunkte aus. Als nächstes schablonierst du überall drauf. Als nächstes machst du überall Spritzer drauf, sodass du die ganzen Schritte quasi fast schon stupide hintereinander machst, aber mit dem Ergebnis, dass du später die einzelnen Komponenten hast, aus denen du dann deine Teile, die du haben möchtest, zusammenbauen kannst. Ja, das ist es. So, what's the difference to mass making? I had a light bulb moment. Because I think the main difference is, I mean, even if there are some things which are the same, oh my goodness, what are you doing?
Oh my goodness, you guys are amazing.
Catherine, thank you so much. Makita, thank you. Holy cow. This shocks me every single time because I have the feeling that my phone is exploding because the colors are so bright. Thank you so much. Many things of compartmental making and mass making might seem like the same thing. At first glance, it might seem that it is just another word, like just a fancy word for mass making, but I think it's a difference. It's, for me, the first thing is what Barbara just said, that you explore things you would probably normally not do. Focus more on the techniques you are doing there, improve your skills. And the other thing is, I think, at least for my understanding, with mask making, you have always a final thing as the vision of what you want to make. And with compartmental making, you don't need that. And for me, that is way more freedom somehow while I'm doing that. When I know I don't need a finished product in the end or project in the end, I can just go and I have my components and it's not necessary to think about where will I put them. I need a finished thing and I need 150 finished pockets with focal points and everything. I don't need that. And I made the experience, I mean, in between of Friday and today, I went on and did some other things. I was so relaxed somehow because I thought, yeah, well, now I have these things. I can be happy that I have a desk full of things, but I don't necessarily need to think about where will they go? Will they fit into my journal? Are the colors right? And that was really relaxing.
I think it definitely takes the pressure off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
And it brings more of this playing time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
May I read a comment that I got under my live on Friday? I think this is such a it mirrors a lot of my thoughts, and I think it will resonate with a lot of you as well. This is a comment from Yin 511. I appreciate this topic, thoughtful and timely. As a beginner junk journaler and after watching so many mask making videos, I've always wondered the why of mask making. I agree with Barbara about doing one project at a time and just making ephemera for that project, which is what I mentioned last time, which is what I used to do. But then I like the efficiency and understand that repeating helps improving skills. Oh my God. Claudia, thank you. Riva, you guys are
Thank you
incredible.
so much.
On the other hand, I don't like to be bored when I'm being creative. But mask making helps when you're creatively stuck and not inspired. So much to think about and to help everyone reflect on the creative process and on one's own personal junk journal style. Thank you both for this video. I think she kind of sums up the whole thing. And I think in the end, it's true what she says. You kind of have to, I think we all have to try it out to be able to say, does this work for me or not? Because it works for us maybe now doesn't mean it would work for you or vice versa. I think you all have to make your own experiences in this, and just watching this is not going to help you. You need to go through the actual steps yourself, whether it's during this video, grab your supplies, or at another time. But this is a really, really interesting experience to go through with a lot of surprises that you could have. You might have totally one idea in your head at first and think like, this is totally not for me. I'm going to get so bored repeating the same steps. And then all of a sudden you have an aha moment, or you're like, oh my goodness, I learned how to do this better. Or I learned that I prefer this color or this color. That's kind of what Luise was testing out last time. And that's the beauty of it, because yes, it's creative and it can lead to so many unexpected results. How fun is that?
Yeah. Yeah. It's exactly that. So shall we create some more unexpected results?
Yes, please.
So that means if you want to, I mean, that's not a question. I can't say if you want to join, because if you heard what Barbara just said, you need to join.
You have to join.
Now you have to join. You have to jump off from wherever you are now and grab your supplies and then join us so that you can make this experience as well. What can they?
Come on, go get your stuff. We'll wait.
What can they take out to join?
Oh, Shelly, thank you.
Shelly, thank you so much.
Okay, what can they grab? This is really hard. We already had a hard time last time explaining that, because it depends. What do you usually work with? What do you usually enjoy putting in your journals? Or the opposite, Luise also mentioned that last time, do something you never do. Because how fun is that? You know, grab some cardstock, some stamps, some scissors, paints, embossing powder, stamps, stencils. There's no limit. You know, just
Yeah.
grab something and do something. Doesn't matter. You don't need a plan. Baby
Yeah.
steps works best.
And perhaps if you are very brave, I mean, that's not so serious what I'm saying now, but if you are very brave, take out those colors you usually don't use, because that's also such a point. You know, this joke where it says buying craft supplies and using craft supplies are two different things.
Yeah.
And I think many of us have things which we have there in the corner and we think, oh, this color, I don't like that. And we grab the color we always use. Perhaps you want to try that, and yeah, me as well, and try to use those colors you normally don't use. Or perhaps you have a new embossing powder which you haven't used yet. Take that out.
Or color combinations you would not go
Yeah.
for, like you
Yeah.
had, Luise, and
Mhm.
you were very surprised last time.
Yeah, definitely. And my chat is stuck on my phone where I can read it. This is killing my nerves. Okay, here we go. I'm sorry. I have the feeling sometimes I just have to refresh it so that I don't have to read it here on my second phone, but that I can see it there.
Yeah.
That is really annoying. Okay. Oh yeah, clusters or tag backgrounds. That is also a great idea.
Crayons is also a great idea. See, I need to use crayons more.
Yup.
Yeah. Okay.
And if we have watched Tim's live yesterday evening, we know we should take out our crayons because that is probably coming next. We need a little bit of knowledge about that.
We definitely do.
Yeah. So shall we switch the cameras and
If it rolls,
you know?
one too. Yeah, let's switch the camera. Let's see what we're
Okie
working on.
dokie.
Okay.
So let's try this
Let's try
as
it
smooth as possible.
without making everyone seasick. Okay.
We definitely need a more fancy
I
streaming
know.
dingsbums.
Software. I know. We'll do our best. So.
I have a very nice ceiling. It doesn't allow me. Oh no.
I did not mirror my phone. I'm wondering what is happening. I'm gonna try this without, just with seeing it.
Sitting here with
in the
3 devices is really
I know.
crazy.
And I have my desktop as my third device, and it's just on, and I never thought that I actually need to mirror my phone on that desktop. I'm like, what?
But your things are pretty much centered.
Yeah, I see it in the live because I'm watching the live. So I have to rely on that. It's just kind of
Okay, here we go.
oh my goodness, wait, I'm gonna mirror it because this is annoying me. Hopefully nothing will happen. I hope I won't lose you guys. Okay, you're still here. Ha! Yes, it worked. It worked. Yay!
Yay!
Okay. Still here. That's awesome. Oh, this is so much better.
Oh no,
Because
I
there's
missed
such a delay.
taking my coffee cup. That is a no-go.
There's really a mega delay in what I'm doing and what I see in the live. So it's very helpful to have the actual mirroring. Okay, I am ready.
Okie dokie.
Ooh,
Your
Luise.
desk looks already like a finished journal cover. What the heck?
No. I didn't do anything since the last time. I did not touch this. I wasn't even in this room.
Okay.
I'm
That
just so
is
confused
crazy.
because I'm on the left now. Oh, actually, wait. Yeah. Oh, this is so confusing. In the live, I'm on the left, and in my mirroring software, I'm on the right. Okay. I'm probably going to start working on your project, Luise, because I'm so confused with the slides.
Feel free to give me some gold splatters or something like that.
Yeah, coming up.
Okay. So, do you want to show us what you have so that the people who have missed the Friday live can see what we have done?
Yeah. So I started off as a base because I wanted to know what colors I would be working with. I started off with one of my, or actually with my newest, excuse me, digital kits. This is the Gratitude Ephemera, and I love the colors in here. I'm so ready for spring, and I started off just cutting all these shapes out, inking them up, and then I got bored. So I decided to make some cardstocks with similar colors that I have here. So you see these all fit together. And I used my jelly plate and just did some block printing. And then in the end, I added the black with a brush. And I have these beautiful prints now. And I'm going to continue working with these by adding elements to these and possibly cutting them up later. But all of this will go into an upcoming gratitude journal that I will share with you the making of. So this is just so that I already have some ephemera ready to go. But I do have to say, this first one here, nothing is going to happen with this because this one is going straight to dear Luise by mail.
That's
Because
so
this was,
sweet.
yeah, of course, Luise was the inspiration for the sun here, and it was the perfect touch, and she wanted to have it for her wall, and I'm super honored that this will
Oh,
be on her wall. So this is going to be packed up and sent to Luise. So I'm not touching this one,
thank you
but
so much.
of
Oh,
course. But all the other ones here are ready to be worked on. Oh, and maybe I should mention, because some of you mentioned that last time you wanted these as digitals, and you have them. Because I mean, you don't have them maybe, but but you can have them if you want to. They are already in my shop. I have linked them under part one, the live that was on my channel. You can find these linked there if you want to work on these, but I highly recommend you try it yourself. You don't actually need a jelly plate for these. You can also do these just with a brayer or with a brush or whatever you have. I love this block printing because it's so versatile. And you can, yeah, let's see what else will be done with these, but I'm super happy with these.
there was a question, what type of paper did you use for the jelly plate?
Oh, this is beige cardstock. It's by Claire Fontaine. Wait, let me grab it for you so you can see. Here. So, yeah, it's A5 250 GSM or 115 pounds. Company is Claire Fontaine, and I love these. I have these in different colors. These are just perfect. Yeah. Okay.
Okie dokie.
Luise, let us see what you have made with your
Yeah.
beautiful specimen
So
slide.
I had in the last live prepared these tags. So I did that before we started the live because of the drying time of the paste. I've just taken some stencils and then through them I have put some texture paste. And then during the live, and I still have these here in this, raw condition because I also wanted to mention that I find it really satisfying somehow to see how many of these you could then, go a step further, not finished, but, that was not English. I haven't finished these yet because they will not stay like this, but I really appreciated to see these as well. So I had some of these raw things left over, and then I could see how those I have worked on did change during the time I was here on my desk. I found that really interesting. And of course, there's no problem with having then things like these because you can then use them in the next session of your compartmental making. So then I have put some sprays on here during the last live in, for me, unusual colors. So I have all of these here now. And with the rest of the spray, I have also done these, so I can use these either as backgrounds for example, collages or something like that, or here I could just throw a little focal point on, and then it's it's done. I really like these because, yeah, you can then grab them and go from there and you don't have to start from scratch. The same for these papers here. So this is what I made off camera. So you can't see this in the replay of the live from Friday, but I wanted to color some die cut flowers. And I thought, why don't I put the die cuts on this paper and then spray? Because then I have this cool pattern here of the flowers on my paper. So that's how I got this. And yeah, during the live, I also made these papers here. This is just a little thicker paper from a sketchbook, which I have cut apart. And I want to use these for die cutting later so that I have a nice color for my die cuts then. And then I finished up these, where you have seen in the live how I started with them. Some of them I have folded, like, you know, this specimen thing is meant to fold. But some of them I have also left as this strip so that you can then, you know, when you use these in one and the same journal, you have a variation of this idea. You could use this as a journaling card, in this case here with a white pen. Here as well, I'm sorry.
Luise. So gorgeous.
Or here, for example, I have this on the front. This will probably not stay like it is because this is a little bit too boring. But here I have just then glued some brown paper to the back so that you can then journal on here. And some of you have already written some really crazy messages about these little things here. These are my vintage specimen strips. You can find them in my shop. So the link is not below this live yet, but I can later on when we finish this, put the link there so that you, if you want, can check them out. And thanks to all of you who have already bought this set after Friday. That was really, really cute. And that's really appreciated. So here, for this one, I have also used one of these ideology windows, which have this hole. It's not so extremely visible in the camera, I think, but I think that looks really nice. Yeah. And then while I was doing this, I thought, why can't I cut a little thing in here with a punch? So I have decided to cut just this little banner out here. And then I went on and I have used the same punch to cut more of these. And then I've just stapled them to these pieces which came out from the die cutting here. So obviously this is not from that paper because that's the brown one, but here you can see it better. This piece came out from here. And what I have punched out from here, I have then, well, this I have put to another piece, but others with the same punch, I've just stapled on here and stamped a little bit. I think that looks really nice. And I've also put the specimen strips into these photo strips. And I also have some which are, you know, like only sprayed and not finished yet. And sorry, this is a long list. I have all of these, which I then later on want to turn into belly bands or also include into collages. They look the same like on Friday. The only difference is that I went to my sewing machine and I have sewn over these to make them a little more interesting.
Wow. Everything looks amazing.
I'm really surprised. To be honest, I'm really surprised how much this is. I mean, when I have this here, it does look so very much. But when I think that that I won't put all of this in one journal. Yeah, so if you think I have, for example, 2 of these which go in one journal, let's say 2, 3, 4 belly bands, then I have still a ton of things left, and this is only from 2 days, and that is, or 1.5 days, because I have also worked on other things in the meantime, and that is really amazing that we can make so much at the same time.
Very cool.
Why are you so quiet now?
I love your idea of, because I don't think I would have come up with that, to leave the specimen open like that so that you can journal on the back. and to have it
This you
like
mean?
kind of
Yeah.
this vertical shape. I love it.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think who was that? I think that was Gail Agostinelli. Who made that? She made that like several times. I think in a different. I'm not so sure. To be honest, I don't watch every of her videos. Perhaps she has done it like this as well. But I think years ago I have seen something really similar like this in one of her videos, and I always wanted to make something like that, but I couldn't find the time or I forgot about it. And here you go. Now it's here.
Love it. Okay, Luise, can you just tell me what are those white splatters? Is that gesso or is that a distress oxide or what is
This
that?
this is wait, brushed corduroy oxide spray,
Okay.
and then
But did you
misted.
use the paintbrush or you didn't directly spray on that the way it looks?
I use the paintbrush, yes, and then I have
Yeah.
misted it with water from pretty far away,
After
so
you
that
splattered it.
yes, so that the
Mm-hmm.
oxidation gets really extremely.
Mm-hmm. Love it. Love it. Love it.
You. That's it. Thank you.
Awesome.
So,
And what will you be doing today?
oh, today I want to first alter some photos, but I also have some other things on my desk. Because I have the feeling, and I would be really interested in what you think about that, Barbara, and
Mm-hmm.
the people in the chat as well.
Mm-hmm.
I think when I want to use photos in my projects, I have photos, let's say, that can be everything. For example, printables. For example, ideology photo booth,
Mm-hmm.
original cabinet cards. I'm really prepared.
Mm-hmm. You're so
Bigger
organized.
printables. Yeah, I'm really organized. I'm a bit proud. So, postcards. This is an original postcard. Or
Mm-hmm.
something where you even don't know what this is, but you have it. You got it in a Happy Mail
Mm-hmm.
and you have it, but you don't know what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Ideology snapshots, or something in the same material like these, like the flashcards or whatever you have.
Mm-hmm.
If I have something like this or a photo, I always think, okay, before I can use this and before this can have my own style, I need to take out my sandpaper, my crackling paint, my crayon, my alcohol ink, etc., etc. And that hinders me so often to use these photos. That is a shame, because why do I have those? And that's
Mm-hmm.
why I want to prepare some photos with different techniques so that I have them ready to go.
Mm-hmm. Was there a
Jen,
question?
I'm sorry, Barbara, I have to say something. Jen, dear Jen, we are giving this content here
No.
for
Yeah. I
free
see that.
on YouTube. And we
Yeah.
are really happy that we have YouTube as a platform where we can connect, even if Barbara and myself are approximately 800 kilometers away from each other. And we really appreciate that we are here, that we can do this. And this is our job. And that is why there are commercials in the live stream. If
Yeah.
you can't live with this, you are definitely wrong here. And then please just leave this live. And for all of the others, thank you very much that you are here and that you accept that there are commercials in this live stream.
Yeah, I totally have I agree with this completely because imagine if you're watching a TV show, you will have a lot more commercials than you will have on a YouTube video or YouTube live.
Yeah.
And
And you can
the
make a whole
commercials,
pizza in one break. And
yeah,
here it's about 10 or 15 seconds.
yeah. And by watching commercials, this is how we are able to give you content. For the last live was 2.5 hours. We don't know how long this one will be. Just think of it that way. We are giving you our time. You're not paying anything for it, right? So please be understanding that there are commercials.
And thanks to all of you who just, oh my
Oh my
goodness.
good Tiffany.
Tiffany,
Oh
thank you
my
so much.
goodness. Thank you so much.
Now I'm again nervous. She's again here.
I totally
So
understand.
if I fall off from my chair, you know that you are the reason for that, Tiffany.
I'll catch you, Luise. Just fall
That
over
is
to
very nice.
the left side, okay? Then I can catch you.
And thanks to all of you who are writing right now that you love to, not love, but that you watch the commercials to help us. That is really, really appreciated. And I'm really sorry when if my words were a little bit too strong. What is the word? But that just drives me crazy because, I mean, we could also sit on the couch and watch TV, but we want to be here with you.
Yeah.
And yeah.
And there was just a comment here by Makita. Thank you very much for that comment. You can always get a YouTube membership. It's not very expensive, and you'll never see another commercial when you're on YouTube. This is what I do because I watch a lot of YouTube and I don't have the time for commercials. But this way, I'm still supporting the creator because a part of my membership fee goes to the creator. So that's another option if you don't want to watch commercials.
Exactly that. And Tiffany, I'm really, really excited to see your first junk journal. I'm waiting. That is so cool. Yeah, Barbara, what are you doing? We see your beautiful paper from last time. What are you doing? I need to
haven't
start
started
you now
yet.
because
Sorry,
otherwise
I'm
I
not
will
doing
get
it.
nervous.
I'm so fixed on the comments. I'm like, oh, I'm supposed to do something actually. Okay.
Yeah,
What am I
perhaps you
doing?
want to do something.
Okay, so I thought I would start by taking some of these and stamping some bold black numbers with one of my favorite stamp sets, which is this one, Paint by Numbers CMS 483. You have seen these in my video many times, and I mean seriously, how cool is
Oh my
this?
goodness.
It
Susan,
doesn't
thank
get
you
any better.
so much. Thank you.
Susan, oh my
Oh,
goodness.
Petra, danke
Susan and
schön.
Petra,
Danke,
vielen
danke,
Dank. You
danke.
guys are amazing. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to do, but I'm not going to use, I'm not going to use my archival ink because I don't think it's going to be bold enough. It needs to be a very strong black, like I have here with the paint stroke. So I'm going to use the same Amsterdam artist quality acrylic paint. This is Oxide Black. And just go for it and make a huge mess in the process, I'm sure.
And why can't I, Petra, entschuldige bitte, ich kann dir kein Herzchen da auf deinen Sticker geben, da ist keine Herzchenfunktion. Entschuldigung. Weiß nicht, warum das nicht geht.
So I will use a brayer. I have so little, wait, I have to put you up because you don't see anything of my craft table. But on the other hand, I don't want to put you up too far because you won't see what I'm doing.
This is really crazy because habe ich dich unterbrochen jetzt?
Ja, schon ziemlich.
I'm sorry. I'm quiet. I would just do what I just thought and then I will see if it works or not and then we will see. Jetzt sagt sie nichts mehr.
Weil ich suche gerade Papier.
Sie sucht Papier. She's searching for paper.
Organized as you are,
Yeah, well, that's not my problem.
Sorry, what? What are you
That's not
mumbling?
my problem.
Oh, thank
That
you.
works. Has anyone done this before? I mean, I just thought.
What are you doing?
Yeah, well, I just thought I want to take my sandpaper and after destroying this a little bit, go over these areas with the sandpaper. I've already done that. Then you get these nice damages. And then I thought if I now put alcohol ink on this, it should be possible that these things get darker. My camera is not focusing. That these little damages get darker because, you know, the alcohol ink soaks into the paper then. Completely different because here it sits on the paper and here where the paper is broken, it goes in there and that works. And I'm really surprised how well that works. Has anyone done that?
Oh no.
And by the way, this is Chronicle, one of the new colors of alcohol ink. Crafty, I am on printed pics. Yes. Okay.
So my issue right now is, as always, I'm overthinking. Because because the problem is I see this as a whole piece, although I know it's not going to stay a whole piece. I'm going to be cutting this up into whatever, pockets, tuck spots, belly bands. There's no point in looking at this as a whole piece and trying to decide where to place the stamps. Like, Barbara, stop it. It's so difficult.
Kelly, no, that is not a real photo. It's a ideology snapshot. I mean, it feels, nearly like a real photo, but it is a print.
Tiffany, thank you for stopping by.
Thank you so much.
Hope to see you later. Have fun with your kids.
I'm just realizing that I don't do compartmental making right now.
No.
But I had to try this out.
I'm not even sure. Am I?
Well, I had to try that out because then I know what I will want to do here. So I will do that with the others as well. And first of all, I will destroy my photo. That is a very good idea, Luise.
Don't do that.
So, but that is also perhaps a thing. When you start with something like this, and the plan was to do this destroyed effect to all of the photos first, and then go on with the next step. But if I want to try this out, why can't I try it out? Of course I can, but with this, I can also see what I then want to do next. And that can bring me also some,
insights.
Insights and also more freedom somehow, because then I already know what I want to do next. And that is good, I think. That doesn't sound very convinced.
No, I'm just trying to concentrate. I'm trying to concentrate not to overthink. Does that make any sense?
Oh, that is strange.
But I love the contrast. I mean, this is just gorgeous.
What about a brown color alcohol ink? Yeah. The good thing is, Barbara tried to read the comments and do the thing at the same time. Then you can't see what you are doing and you get the most unexpected results.
That is so true.
Mary, thank you so much.
Marianne, thank you. Okay, no more overthinking. It's so difficult. Why is it so difficult? Does anyone else struggle with this?
What are you trying to do?
Ellen,
Why
by the
do you
way?
struggle? And happy birthday, Ellen.
Okay, stop overthinking. This is crazy.
Why are you struggling?
Because I can't turn off my crazy perfectionist. It needs to look a certain way, which makes no sense because it's going to look different afterwards anyway.
How can we help you?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm beyond help.
Okay. Perhaps that is good, because then you will do your own thing instead of being influenced by us.
I hope so. Okay, I'm going to read some comments so that I don't think too much. Okay, Chris Kraft totally understands. Thank you. Now I don't feel so alone.
But perhaps that is good for you to hear. Before we started this, I made something, and I totally did what you are doing right now. I was like overthinking until the very, the highest imaginable limit.
Really? You're human. I love it. Thank you for sharing that. I appreciate that very much.
Well, that didn't help for my project, but if it helps you, that is enough.
Yeah. Definitely makes me feel better.
That is good. Yeah, masterboard collages, that's a thing. That is always the same thing like Barbara just said. You think you need to pay attention to the whole thing, and we often forget that that is not necessary because we will cut it up later anyway.
Mm-hmm. Okay, this is the last one I'm going to do this with, and then I'm going to try something else for the others that I haven't stamped yet.
Ooh.
Because
By
I
the
get
way,
bored so quickly. Sorry, yes?
I'm sorry. If you use a dirty sandpaper, like this has a little bit of green on it, then you automatically get some nice distressed effect and color to your piece. This is just some photo paper, so that is a different surface than, for example, these ideology photos are. This is a glossy coating, which you can sand and then, put, for example, alcohol ink on it. But this is just some photo paper, matte photo paper. And there I have to be a little bit more careful with my sandpaper. It works, but I really like that I get this distressed look automatically by having this little color on my sandpaper. I don't even know how it came there, but then I don't even need to do more on here with color or so. And that is good because if I would put alcohol ink on this paper, it would soak into the paper and then it would leave these ugly little spots, which I don't like because you can't blow it away with this tool here, but it would just soak in. And that is, yeah, then not so nice. I mean, you could take, for example, collage medium or another sealer or so, go over this and then use alcohol ink, but that's, more effort. So why don't we do it like this?
Why don't we?
Or, yeah, well, or don't, we could also take a crayon or something or ink to color these, of course. These damages, I mean. Huh.
Yeah, Chris
And I
Craft.
just,
Oh, sorry.
I'm so sorry. Why is there such a big delay?
I don't know.
Bitte sprechen Sie jetzt.
So, I just wanted to say I'm switching now to embossing. So I'm going to try this delicate stamp here, Floral Trim CMS 461, like this. And I'll try my my black sparkly embossing powder. I have this one by Hero Arts. Love it so much. It's really nice and sparkly. So that I think will also be a nice contrast. And the question is always, do I now use my embossing dabber or do I use my embossing stamp pad, and what is the difference? So I've learned during Defemember last year that the embossing dabber is of course more juicy, because when you unscrew this, you have this felt here, and you should always store it upside down so that the gel can soak into the felt here. And the embossing stamp pad is not as juicy. So the difference in the result you're going to get is, because this is more juicy, you won't get as fine a detail as if you stamp with your stamp pad. So in this case, this is a fairly detailed stamp, so I will use the stamp pad. If I were to if I were to emboss these, I would definitely use the embossing dabber.
And if you only have the dabber,
Then of course you use the dabber, it's fine.
yes, and if you think, oh no, I have a delicate and detailed stamp, you can just take a brayer after you applied the embossing ink with the dabber, brayer over that carefully, and then you could also stamp without any problems. Then you can
Ooh.
spread the ink a little bit, and a little bit then comes to the brayer, and you have not so much anymore on the stamp like before. Does that make sense?
Interesting. I need to try that. Okay, we'll put that to the test right here and now. So the first one I'm going to do with my stamp pad. The next one we will try with Luise's technique.
So
Because
sorry.
that's what we're here for, right? To experiment.
And
Barbara,
a brayer
stop
with
thinking. Just
do you
put it
have such
down.
a black brayer, with this gummi things? Wie heißt das?
Rubber?
Yeah, thank you. Those work, I think, the best. And now I have a problem. My second phone has no battery anymore. Oh no.
Oh no. Oh no. You mean the
We have-
one like this, right, Luise?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I will try that. First, let's do it like this. Ooh, I see it. I don't you can you kind of see it? Wait, let me see if the light. Yeah, when the light hits it, you can see it. Okay, let's do this.
Mm. I don't have embossing powder. What would you recommend my first embossing purchase be? Riva has already answered that. Maybe clear, because you can emboss over any color and have the color. Yeah, that would be my answer as well. That's very clever. Because you can, of course, also take, for example, distress ink or even oxide ink to stamp. You don't necessarily need embossing ink for embossing. You could even take water, but with water you can't stamp. But for embossing splatters or so, you could even use water. But if I would, need to recommend something, I would also say buy clear embossing powder first, and then stamp with colors and emboss that.
Callie, no, not Callie, sorry. Sharon, sorry. Sharon, you said you love the acrylic stamper with the handle. Yeah, I wish I could tell you where this is from. I have this so many years now, and I got it before I started a YouTube channel, so I did not keep the packaging. I only know it was a set with something else. I might have even bought it locally, so I'm so sorry. If anyone else knows where to get an acrylic block like this with a handle, please put a source in the comments. That would be super helpful for anyone needing something like that.
I can tell you. Just do the following trick. Look in your stash if you have something like this in small. Can you see this acrylic block has this little notch here?
Yeah.
Which is meant to, have an easier grab. But I'm assuming that even with something like this, my idea would work. Take a small acrylic block, take a big plate, take some super glue, glue this on here, and you have exactly the same thing.
Very smart.
I mean, I would prefer to have this small thing with this notch, but if you don't have
easier
that, you
to
could
hold
try
on
this
to.
out. But if I imagine if I need to hold it like so, I think that would work. Or no, that is not possible. I'm sorry. My brain gave me a little nonsense.
Okay, so this is what mine looks like. I love it. It looks weird, obviously, because it's in a weird place. I did such a good job not overthinking this one. So once I cut it up, it'll be fine. I hope.
But could you now see? Sorry,
Oh,
I did miss. Have you done the thing
what?
with the brayer?
That's my next step, Luise.
I'm
Patience.
sorry. I'm a little bit overwhelmed with doing this here and reading the comments. I'm sorry.
Seriously, you can't multitask?
No, I really have a little bit of a problem to follow you.
Okay, so now we try your thing. So I take the same stamp. Maybe I will wipe this off so that you guys don't say I'm cheating because it was already on there. Not cheating. Okay, cleaned it. So now I'll use the stamp pad. No, what did I use before? Oh, I used the stamp pad. Sorry. See, I'm confused. I'm using the embossing dabber now, which I would usually use for more coarse things because it is very juicy, which I love usually, but for details, it's really not the ideal thing. Of course, it would be interesting, Luise, to do 3 different ones. One with just the dabber, one with the embossing pad, and one with the dabber and the brayer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, we don't see the difference between the dabber so much
Yeah,
and the dabber brayer option.
that is correct.
Okay,
I'm
so
back
let's
in a
do
second.
that.
I just need some alcohol.
I need some alcohol.
I'm sorry, not for drinking. Just some alcohol.
Oh, come on. You
Oh my goodness.
you make me hope and then Luise.
And this looks terrible.
What are you doing?
First, I'm pouring the alcohol to my table. That is very intelligent. I want to have this different. First, I thought I want to try it with this blower thing, but I don't like that. Looks like grass. And this says focus, and I don't want to focus on grass.
My goodness, Luise. First you talk about alcohol, now grass. What is this?
I have no idea. But this looks absolutely terrible. I don't like that.
BW, no, Barbara, no, what? I'm confused. What did I miss? What are you saying no to? Did I do something?
You
I forgot to
always do
brayer it.
something.
Thank you. No, I didn't forget to brayer. Okay, guys, we changed the experiment. We said the first one that I did here, I did with the. What did I do? I'm losing. What did I? Yeah, I did with the stamp pad, right? Okay, that was number 1. Maybe I should put these together so that I know. The second one I'm doing just with the embossing dabber. And the third one we're going to do with the embossing dabber and the brayer so that we see if there's a difference between the 3. So we've kind of sneaked in a middle option that wasn't there at the beginning. That's why you're confused.
That sounds very strategically.
Right? It makes total sense. I have my moments, you know?
I see.
Doesn't happen often, but you know,
What the heck
that
is
one
this?
brain cell is very awake of mine.
Goodness.
Oh, I can already see a difference before even embossing because this now is bolder. Okay, you will see, you will see.
Okay, you could flick to the back.
Hang on.
I will be back in a second. I need a crayon. I hate this thing.
Okay, so I'm flicking. Ooh, my goodness, there's so much jumping off. But why would I do that? I don't want to
Yeah,
lose
because
my glitter.
yeah, but if you think it's too bold.
I didn't say it's too bold. I just said it's bolder.
Oh, I heard automatically,
Too bold.
you know, I interpreted it not like you meant it.
Listen.
Sorry. I'm listening. Listen and don't interpret. just
Exactly.
listen.
Exactly. Okay. Thank you, crafty I am. You guys, can I just say, you guys are so cute. You're always rooting for us. You guys are just the cutest.
Yeah, and Simone, no flicking, Tim always say. No, that's definitely not true. It depends on, I mean, that's not meant bad, but it depends on what you want to have. I mean, if you, for example, have a very delicate butterfly stamp, or a delicate flower, and you get the powder where you don't want it, then flicking can really help to make the thing more detailed, because then the powder which got accidentally stuck to the thing, you know, will fall off.
Guys, what would we all do without Luise? Like, I cannot imagine life without Luise. I really miss out so much. Okay,
Well,
so look at this huge difference. Wait, let me just try to get them. How do they line up? Yeah, like this. My goodness, there's a huge difference. Can you see? So this is the one with the stamp pad, and this is the one with the dabber. I can't put them, well, yeah, like this. I don't know. Can you guys see that? Dabber here, stamp pad here. Can you see that this is a lot more delicate? Luisa,
yeah,
you can see it, right?
yeah, I
Yeah.
can see it.
Huge difference. I definitely prefer the delicate one for these flowers.
Yeah.
So now let's try the third version. Dabber and brayer. And again, I will clean this so you guys don't say I'm cheating.
Someone was asking what I'm doing here. Sometimes I ask that question, ask myself that question every 5 minutes. But today I know it. I'm trying to alter these photos and flashcards. I have already sanded them, and this is Scotch Timber Crayon. And now I'm scribbling over these so that I then can get these scratches really visible. And I also want to add some crackle paint in a second. And Tim would probably say, this is an insider joke. Carefully apply the crayon.
Okay, I'm not an insider.
You haven't seen it? The thing with
No.
these hearts, ideology hearts.
No, I haven't seen any of them yet.
That was, I think, the funniest thing he ever did in one of his videos. I nearly peed myself when he said
What
that.
happened?
He had one of these little hearts in his hand and
Yeah.
already added some other mediums, and then he wanted to distress it with the crayon. And then he said, let's carefully apply the crayon. And he did exactly this scribbling on the art, but with the same aggressive motion like I did it here. And that was so funny. I was like, what? If that is carefully, what is then aggressively in your understanding? That was so funny.
Okay. Okay, so Luisa, I just go over this now with this brayer, yeah? A few times.
Yep. And clean the brayer in between. You know, I mean, go over it and then roll the brayer over paper.
Or baby wipe, maybe.
Ja, for example. Oh, nein. Ah, stop.
What?
Ist bisschen
What?
moisture dann da dran. Don't, is that,
Oh.
holy cow.
Oh.
Is
Okay.
that wet?
I ruined it. Yeah, of course it's a baby wipe.
Yeah, perhaps it's a dry baby wipe.
No. Why is it?
I'm sorry. You wanted richtig anschnauzen. But perhaps that is not so good, because then you don't only have the embossing ink on the brayer, but also, you know, the stuff from the wet baby wipe.
Now, should I just start over? Because now the experiment is flawed. Let's
Yeah,
start over.
I don't know.
Let's start over. Otherwise, it's not a good experiment.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do this again. It must be so fun watching me just dab. I could have perhaps taken a smaller stamp. Okay, let me read some comments while I do this.
Oh no.
What happened?
Oh, I want to throw an F-bomb now.
Why? What happened?
My crackle paint has dried out.
Oh my goodness.
But I'm not surprised about that because it is pretty old already. Oh my goodness. Can I still use this? No. Okay.
Okay, I'm doing this again. So I'm going over it once, wiping it off my dry towel, and doing it one more time on the other side. Okay, let's do this. It looks fairly dry. I think this is going to be very, very delicate. Maybe even more delicate than with the stamp pad.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, I think it'll be pretty much the same the way it looks now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I mean, the worst case would be I will have ruined a few photos, but I will try this.
Oh, there's a Pam is saying you didn't use Tim's rubber band trick.
Yeah, well, I already have an alternative. A really, 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 really cute person has sent these to me. This is from Barbara Fahrradschlauch.
Oh, from a bicycle tire.
Yeah, thank you. And I need to stretch them a little bit so that they can get over the jars. And I couldn't find the time to do that. But I think for this paste, it would have been too late anyway, because she has sent these to me a few days ago. And I need to, put them around the jars. But I also think that I perhaps can get a really cool thing from this dry crackle paint, because look, I mean, it's not
Really
drying
cool.
yet, but even if it doesn't crackle, this could look really interesting.
Yeah, it will. You can already see it.
We don't throw, oh no. Am I stupid or what? What am I doing here? Holy
What are
cow.
you doing?
I mean, I think I need to leave this live.
No.
Yeah,
Can't
please,
do that.
why is no one screaming? I mean, because how shall that work? If we have such a slippery surface, we need some collage medium or something similar on here. Otherwise, the crackle medium will fall off later.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so I have the comparison here now. So this one here was the one with the stamp pad. This one here is the one with the dabber and brayer. I'm sure you cannot tell any difference in the video, but when I look at it, I would even say that the one with the brayer here is just the tiniest bit finer than the one with the stamp pad. Just the tiniest bit. If you don't have the comparison, I don't think you would really see it. So, Luise, thank you. That was an awesome trick. So if you don't have a stamp pad, but you have a brayer, then you get the same result.
The same result.
The same result. But this one is
Um,
definitely too coarse with just the dabber. Okay,
you
lesson
know,
learned. Yes,
there
Luise.
was a question: are you going to compartment or make the rest of that crackle paint on more ephemera until you finish it? I'm not so sure if I understand that question.
Wait, let me read it again. Are you going to compartmental make the rest of that crackle paint on more ephemera to you? Oh, that totally makes sense, that question. Are you going to use up your crackle paint on the rest of your ephemera pieces?
To finish up the
To
paste.
finish up the paste, yes.
Yeah, definitely. I think I will make sure that I use this up, perhaps not today, but during the next few days, so that it's not wasted. But this looks somehow really interesting. And with the collage medium underneath, it will also hold. So that means I need to first put collage medium everywhere where I want to have the crackle paint.
Shannon, you're welcome. I'm happy I did that too because I learned something in the process as well.
What's the difference between crackle paint and crackle paste? The difference is, first of all, it looks different. So this is the crackle paste, translucent. It looks like this, a little bit milky. When it's finished, it is translucent. The crackle paint, this here, is already in the jar, translucent, and this, I mean, this is dry, yeah? But when you buy it and you open the jar and it's fresh, then this is way more liquid than this. So I would say also that is hard to explain, because the thicker you add a crackle medium, the bigger the crackles are. The thinner you add it, the more detailed the crackles are in the end when it's dry. That's for both of these. But I have the feeling that the crackle paint is easier to apply thinner. And with that, you get more, smaller crackles if you want that. So if I want small crackles, I use the paint. If I want to have, bigger crackles, I use this and apply it thicker. Does that make sense?
It does to me.
Is crackle paste water-based? Would adding a little distress refresher help make it easier to use? That is a really good question, but I have absolutely no idea. I have no idea. How do they take color? What take color?
The crackle paste. The crackle paste.
You can either try to tint them, but I don't think that is easy. Or what I like to do is I like to paint them later. You can use acrylic paint, for example, and paint the crackles. Or you can also use a crayon and go over that, and then the crackles will become visible.
Okay, I'm going to try something else. Can't have ephemera without gold. So I'm going to try this eye zinc dye spray by Seth Apter, which I totally love. It's called Gold Mine. It's my favorite gold spray because it does not clog up like some of the other brands. I won't name any names now, do. And I want to start with this beautiful stencil. As you can see, it's peacock
Really?
feathers. And this one is by PM Artist Studio. And I don't know if she's here today. It's by Darcy, by Darcy's Mixed Media Misadventures. And she has many very, very cool stencils on the PM Artist Studio site. I encourage you to check her out. if you go on the PM Artist Studio site, you can search for products by artists, and then once you click on that, you can just search for Darcy. There's only one Darcy there. I think Sanders is her last name, and you can see all the beautiful stencils she has, because we want to support each other, right? So I'm just going to spray some of these. So I also don't have to shake this because there's no ball in here, and it's just always ready to use, and I need a new one because this is getting quite empty. And let's try using the reverse as well. I mean the reverse, the negative, because we have all the beautiful gold here now. Put that over this one and grab a kitchen towel.
Where are you always running? Are you running into your kitchen now to grab a kitchen
No,
towel?
no, but it's on my also on my glass table. I was just going to say, wait, let me do this first before it dries, and then let me say what I want to say.
It always
Yeah.
sounds like you run really far away.
No. As always, I like the negative a lot better. Look at this. How
Oh, yes.
cool is that? Yeah. Always the negative is better for me. Look, compare. This is the positive. This is not half as nice as this one.
It's also
Love it.
probably the reason why I don't like to.
Spray through stencils.
Yes.
Yeah. I understand that totally. Yeah, I was just gonna say, so before I got this new desk that I'm on, it's this my new height adjustable desk. I'm so happy with it, but I didn't know I was gonna get the desk, and about a week before I got the desk, I got this device here for mounting my kitchen roll onto the bottom of my desk so that I could always have it and not have the roll standing on my desk. And yeah, then of course this glues onto the desk. Yeah, a week later I got a new desk. I had to tear this thing off again, and now it won't stick anymore. I've tried double-sided tape. Like this foam tape. I've tried
Super glue.
the tape with no, I haven't tried this because I don't have any super glue. But I tried it with the 3-in-1 beacon glue, and it didn't hold. So I'm kind of bummed. I need to find a solution to
Screws.
mount this on my current desk because I hate
Screws.
having the stupid kitchen roll on my desk. I continuously knock it over. So I will figure something out unless you guys have some great ideas. I mean, super glue is definitely one I could try.
Screws.
No, I do not want to screw into my table. I want something non-invasive.
Barbara, Mensch.
Yes. Yeah, I don't want to put holes in my new table. Come on.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to get another stencil.
So that was a really great German lesson. If someone suggests something which you don't want to do, you just have to say, yeah. But in a really, like with this, it has to sound like this because otherwise it will not have the same meaning. But
Okay.
Barbara, do you know this really extremely strong double-sided tape? I will send you a link later. I have
Yes, please send me a link.
I had a problem with with these, where I have my ephemera in these little things where they are sorted by color.
Yeah.
And there I have used a really strong double-sided tape because no other double-sided tape wanted to hold on that. And I think that could work.
Okay. Yes, please send me the link. Would greatly appreciate that.
And I think this stuff here should work on matte photo paper without collage medium.
Yep, this is not so great.
Light bulb Nirvana, yes, it is a really ironic, yeah, nearly sarcastic, yeah. Because yeah normally means yes, but what you want to say is no. And if you then say yeah, it basically means no.
Oh, Darcy, you are here. Okay. Nice to see you. Sorry, I didn't see you before. What is gorilla mounting putty?
What?
That sounds very interesting. A gorilla mounting putty. I think it's something like Pentax. You know this, but it can't be because Pentax is not gonna hold. But Pentax is actually quite strong. You know what that is, Luise? The Pentax. No.
Oh.
Never mind. You came late, Darcy. Did you see how I was promoting your stencil, your peacock stencil here? Did you miss that?
Yeah, now it would be a good situation for Darcy to say, yeah.
Oh, again, this is much look at this. How gorgeous is this compared to spraying right through the stencils? It's a lot more blotchy, but this is gorgeous. Yeah, I think I won't do that anymore. I'll just use the negative, although that's a huge waste of paint or spray, I should say. Let's try a different color. How about white, huh? Oh, I don't have a, do I have a white spray? I do have a white spray. We need some white. Let's try it on this one. And a different stencil.
Yeah, carpet tape, which is double-sided and extremely sticky, might work.
Yeah, but I don't have it either. So, Luise, I'll go with yours since you know that one works.
Yeah,
Ooh,
well,
how about
at
these
least it worked
florals?
for my problem. I'm really hoping that it will then work for yours as well.
Sure.
But perhaps do you know what? I have
What?
the same kitchen towel holder thing like you.
Yeah.
And I think, one of these double-sided tapes left because I used screws.
Oh.
If I am not mistaken, I have this thing somewhere laying around in the other room.
Okay.
Please remind me later that I search for that, and if I have it, I will send it to you.
Okay. We trade artwork against tape.
Okay.
Okay, what should I use? I have the Picket Fence Distress Spray, spray stain, and I have an acrylic spray stain. No, what am I saying? Acrylic spray. I don't know what to use. This one is more opaque, the acrylic spray, but it stinks like crazy. This one, let's try this one. By the way, if you want to know the number of the stencil, it's THS 3. Oh my goodness, numbers, words. THS 143.
So sorry.
Okay, let's do
Has
this.
anyone ever applied a paste like this to a photo?
I actually might have. Do you know? Let me get something. I experimented once, but then I put something over it. I think that's what I used. Wait. I have a video actually on that. Look, this was in my art journal. And here I first added some, but I don't remember what it was. It was some sort of a structure paste, opaque, translucent, I think it was. And then I rubbed some gold over it. You see the structure underneath?
Yeah.
I think that is similar.
Okay.
And I love the effect so much.
But I mean, I think we are talking aneinander vorbei.
Oh,
because
sorry.
I'm talking about the position,
Oh, the
you know,
position.
so that the eyes are peeking aus dem Schlitz da rausgucken. Siehst du?
Oh, okay. So that the eyes are right in between the two.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
And
No,
why
I
is
have not seen
everyone
that.
dying about Light Bulb Nirvana's comment? She has written, that is a
Which
very risk photo.
which one?
Now, I'm just asking myself which one. I think she means, oh no, so far away. Do you mean this one?
No. What's risky
Can't
about
be.
that one? No.
But what is the translation of that word? Barbara? Hello?
Sorry, I'm sorry. I was reading a comment. Sorry. Say it again.
What is risk in that context, please?
Risky. Like, or yeah, it's like freizügig. You know.
Like, with boobies and so on.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Oops.
Racy. Yeah, that's a good term. Racy. Oh, you guys are so right. I used, yeah, Luise, actually, I didn't use a texture paste. I see it now in the comments. Actually, I used a candle. That is so right. Oh my goodness, I totally forgot. I used a candle. Yeah,
Ah,
so that's a lot of fun.
now I remember that. Yeah. This is something, I mean, we talked about what we learned, and the main question of this whole thing is
No! Sorry.
compartmental making practical for juncturals? And I think I have already
Yeah.
learned something.
Uh-huh.
I can't I can't do things like this in a live video. This totally wrecks my nerves to do it like this. I mean, somehow I have the feeling that they will turn out somehow unexpectedly awesome. But to be honest, this totally freaks my freak that the paper is warping so much. I mean, I could have seen that coming.
Mm-hmm.
And I already thought about that before I added the paste here, but I would it would have been better to print these out on a stiffer paper, thicker paper. But I thought, let's try it, but it totally freaks my nerves.
Mm-hmm. I understand. This is a comment from Daisy. Imagine if Louisa stenciled that on her bathroom wall like boobies. And crafty I am. Yes, exactly. It's clogged. We just talked about this yesterday. Not yesterday, on Friday in the live. Oh, this is so annoying.
And Jenny, this was crackle paint translucent, but it is already dried out. So I just used it up so that I mean, I could use the rest here as well, but I don't want to freak your nerves as well. I will take this out with my finger later so that I can use the whole thing up. But I have no idea if this will then still crackle or if I will get just some pieces for the trash can. I have no idea. And what I'm also thinking is, what I mean, that was my question a second ago. What I already have learned is that when I have a situation like this and I realize that I can't do more of that for whatever reason, my paint is dry, or I can't do that on camera because I would need to put the photos to a sturdier base, or whatever that can be, even without making a video. I have the freedom to say, okay, I can go on with something totally different and I don't need to follow a plan because I don't have a project in front of my inner eye which I want to have finished in the end. And that is really nice. Even if I have a ton of these photos left here, which don't have the things, the crackle paint yet. And that makes me happy.
Okay. So I could take the easy route and just take this acrylic spray. I will not, because we're trying to learn something new and we're trying not to stink up my craft studio. So instead, I will try something actually I've never tried. I'm sure it's not a new thing. I just haven't done it before. I just had the idea to take some white acrylic paint and to brayer that on top of my stencil and then
Oh,
take that to make the print. Does that make I think that makes sense, no?
that totally makes sense.
Okay, thank you.
Lucinda, yes, you could totally do that. But I can't do that right now because the crackle paint is not dry yet. Daisy, no, in this case, I don't. Yeah, well, I could do that. She was asking if I put them on top of my oven. Why not? It's not so extreme. I mean, you should not. When you have something like this or like this, I can't recommend to use a heat tool to dry these, because then the crackles don't get so nice. But since this paint is already like dead, why can't we make this process of the crackling a little faster by putting it on top of the oven? I will try that, but it's not so warm there like it would be with a heat tool. So I think I can risk that. I have even put crackle paint and crackle paste into really hot sun on, in the summer on sunny days, and that turned out really, really amazing. The crackles got really, really, delicate and like I wanted them. So I will quickly take these and bring them to my oven.
Okay. I'm just cleaning off the edges because I don't want the frame around the flowers. So let's see what's going to happen. I'm very curious if this will actually work. But why wouldn't it? Sorry. So let's put it here. Take the kitchen towel and try not to move this. I know the camera is shaking. I'm so sorry. Oh, Tracy, great question. Do you ever throw anything away if you think it is ruined at first, or do you try to salvage it? It is extremely rare that I throw things away. I think that only happens if I'm in a very impatient mood. But on days like today, where I'm just here to experiment and to learn new things, I would keep going until I have a result I'm happy with. Yeah, like I'm not happy with this. Look, apparently the paint was too dry already. We cannot really see the design. That is a bummer. Now I could just throw this away, but I won't. We'll figure something else out. This is unexpected. I really thought this would work well. Maybe I need to spritz the stencil after I add the paint to keep it moist. I don't know. I really don't know. That was a fail.
Oh, I missed a fail.
Yes.
Oh no.
Look at the result. The paint was too dry.
Oh.
Yeah. Now I can't really do the same thing over it because that's going to look horrible. So I have to do something completely different on this one. But I do want to try that. Where do we try it?
I
Okay, I have to
have to
see.
leave, Barbara. I just have to leave.
What do you mean?
I just wanted to come back and do something really simple to calm my nerves after this crackle paint thing. And now I
Yeah.
realize I can't stamp here because my camera is too close to the desk.
Oh no!
I'm
Can't
so
you?
sorry. I
You
need
can't move
to.
the camera up?
Yeah, I'm trying that, but hopefully this will work.
Okay. So you know what? I'm just gonna try to be faster and not put the paint on the edges, so I don't have to wipe it off. So I can directly apply it onto my card. So let's be a little faster. What? Oh, no. No, shoot. Okay, okay, okay. We got this.
Am I stupid or what? I think I'm stupid.
What?
I don't even need my stamping platform for this trick. What am I doing here? Holy moly, guacamole.
Crafty, I don't think coffee is gonna be effective now. I think she needs more something to calm her down.
Did you say coffee? Oh, I have cold coffee here.
Okay. Okay. Sharon, bye. Thank you so much for stopping by. See you in the replay.
But I will share a really cool trick I found out yesterday. Okay. I'm waiting for her. Okay, but there is no okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I mean, it's better.
Ooh,
It's better, but yeah, it's
that
okay.
is cool.
It's okay. I love the structure, the texture, not the structure, the texture that it has.
Yeah, you said you don't want to focus on the whole thing.
I'm not. What is this? This is nothing. I'm not focusing on the whole thing.
Yeah, but it's nice.
Is that a question?
If you don't like it, send it to me.
It needs some more work.
And Julie, don't say chocolate, please, because then that makes me even more aggressive because I first don't have chocolate in this house anymore and I don't eat chocolate anymore. So
What?
don't stress me additionally, okay?
Oh my goodness. What do you mean you don't eat chocolate anymore?
Yeah, well, I don't eat chocolate anymore.
Wow. I'm in awe. That I can't do that.
Yeah, that's okay. You have muscles, you can eat chocolate, but I'm not a Hulk like you, so I need to skip the chocolate part. But here's to my trick. Do you want to see a trick? I found that out
Yes.
yesterday.
Yes, we always want to see your tricks.
Stamp set with tiny stamps. Leave them on this thing. Because the plan is to either make a background with this or cut them separately and have little snippets later. Take a paper. Put the paper on here. That is not the trick yet. Just in case you are wondering what I'm doing here. So then when you take this off, you can see you have this whole thing stamped on here. That's not the trick yet. If you want, you can cut this out now and have these little things or use it as a background. But in this case, with this stamp set, which is called Tidbits CMS 488 by Stampers Anonymous and Tim Holtz, I find that these little spaces between the single things are pretty wide. So if I want to use this as a background, this would be too regular for me and too plain and too boring. And even if I want to cut them into little pieces, I like a little bit more interest on these. So I take this, it was on here like so, with just, not adding ink again. I'm hoping that this is not to dry now because I have talked, I take the paper and turn it around like so. And then when I take it off, I have the second generation of the print. And I have all of these tiny bits and pieces here so that, you know, they are faded somehow. This was perhaps a little bit too much time. I will do that again in a second. But what I'm trying to say is I have all of these little, like, you know,
that looks
things.
awesome. Yeah. Much more interesting.
That was the trick. But I will quickly do it again without talking so much because, you know, you have to do that. You can't drink a coffee in between because then the second generation of the Dingsbum Star is too light. So let's do this again. Just put it here and I pay attention because that would also freak my freak to line the paper up on the edge of the stamp set so that when I rotate it approximately, yeah, as exactly as possible 90 degrees so that then these little fragments of the second generation are not too extremely. And now I have used the wrong side of the paper. That is really nice, Luise. Let's do this again because this has really much texture. I want to use this side. That was not the trick. So let's do this again. Let's take the smooth side. And then we have this. Then we rotate it. And take the rest. Yeah, that's more what I wanted to have. Can you see now? This is way more visible. I mean, that is, of course, a little bit like, you know, coincidence what you get there. And also depending on how much ink you put on, how juicy your ink pad is, and so on. But I really like that. And especially when you cut these apart, then that looks really, really interesting because now it is totally busy. But when you cut these apart, you have all of these tiny fragments on the single pieces. And what I'm also thinking is, and that is something I haven't tried out yet, I love compartmental making because this this brings me to another idea. What if we take two stamp sets, which are like this one? I have Curator CMS 493 here. And what if we then alternate the first and the second impression? Barbara, are you still there?
I'm watching in awe what you're doing. I don't want to interrupt you.
Well, I'm just thinking, how do I need to do this? If I ink this and stamp the first, yeah. So that means we need to ink this. Then stamp with the first paper, stamp on the first paper, like so. Take a second paper for the second generation of this stamp set. Then, oh my goodness, you need to think when you do this. That is not the best thing for me to do. So now when I ink the other stamp set, I need to take the faded thing first, because then there we want to have the first generation of this. And the question is, shall I also rotate it? Yes, I will do that.
Oh no, I've messed it up.
So it was on there like this. So let's rotate it. Stamp this. Whew, that is busy. And then the second generation on the other paper where we had the first generation from the other set. Yeah. Okay. I would say if you stamp the tidbits first and then the curator, that looks good. But this is weird.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's too much happening there.
But it could also be
agree.
that you get some of these. Look here, this, for example, this rectangle is from the curator, and this postmark thing is from the tidbits. And this thing, wait, I will cut it out. That looks good. Where is it now? I lost it. Oh, here. Ooh, and that is not so bad. I mean, look, this thing, you can also, then if you have something like that, cut out like this. This number there is not part of the curator stamp set. It's not part of this rectangle. But why don't we cut it out with this?
Yep.
Are you laughing about me?
No, I'm sorry. I'm seeing the comments here. And I see Dina says Barbara almost said a Luise word.
Which one?
With the F.
Oh,
Yeah.
well,
You guys catch everything.
it's just part of the process.
Yeah.
Trust the process and trust the F word. And trust the tricks. Look, this is amazing. You have a new stamp. I mean, a new image.
Yeah.
Because this number here and also these lines from the postmark are not part of the curator set.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's cool.
And I think there are even more which could do the same thing. This freaked me out.
Trust the F word, people.
Yeah. F words are not always bad.
Yeah.
Freedom.
Hmm?
Freedom, for example, is also an F word.
Yeah. Look, Kathy says, I think compartmentalizing for me will reduce down the time and increase productivity. I don't think it will help with maintaining a tidy work area, but I'll give it a try. I can confirm it does not help with a tidy work area. That
Ooh,
looks interesting, Luise.
yeah. And Lightbulb Nirvana's question is also interesting. I'm curious why Barbara has the rectangle rule. Have you ever tried junk journaling with triangles or hexagons?
What? Wait, I have to read that again. I'm curious why Barbara has a rectangle. Have you ever tried junk journaling with triangles or hexagons? That makes my head
She
explode. I'm
doesn't
sorry.
even understand the question.
That makes my head explode.
How funny was that? I need to cry.
I guess
Yeah,
the answer
but
is no.
you can't expect an answer. She has understood the question, obviously, but you can't expect an answer.
I'm still trying to wrap my head around this.
Just wait in the line. Please
What?
wait. Dum, dum, dum.
Okay, Luise,
Please wait.
you wise ass. do you want to try it with hexagons or triangles? You're the same as me. You do the rectangle thing too.
Yeah,
So
because
why
I've
are you
learned that
laughing at
from
me?
you. Yeah, because I've learned that from you.
Oh, you learned it from me. Oh, seriously.
Yeah, you said rectangles are good, and since I watched all of your videos, and you were one of the first people who, I knew on YouTube. That was the best excuse I ever
Yeah,
found in my
seriously.
whole life.
Seriously.
Well, I think it would be well, mm, it would be really interesting to try that out, I think.
It would, yeah. But like what? Like instead of instead of only using rectangles, excuse me, I would only use, for example, triangles, or I would only use hexagons. Correct?
Yeah,
Whew. I don't know.
yeah.
I do
I
like this though.
I also don't know because that feels weird.
I like this a lot more than this. This is so me somehow. I don't know. Luisa, what is that?
I just wanted to say without interrupting you, you could even then cut out more than one of these rectangles from the curator set. Because when you have this on your paper stamped, then you would have all of these white slots in between. And these are, I don't want to say all the same size because that's not correct. These are bigger than these, but like nearly the same size. And they are all, you know, the aspect ratio, no, doch, the aspect ratio of these
Doch.
rectangles is nearly always the same. Do you know what I mean? But with this, when you cut it like so, you have something interesting on the white space in between of both of these rectangles, and you can cut a rectangle with another aspect ratio.
Beautifully said.
Hopefully, it also makes sense. And it's not
That's a
just
different story.
beautifully said.
That's a different story, Luisa.
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
A mix. Crafty, I'm a mix. What? Of rectangles, triangles, and hexagons? Are you kidding me? Do you know who
She
you're
doesn't
talking
seem
to?
to be very amused.
This is the girl who only does rectangles, and you want me to mix all three. Can I ease into this by just starting with one shape? And how do I get hexagons anyway? Like, I mean, I know what a hexagon is, but how? Like the only okay, this is this a rectangle or a hexagon? It's a hexagon rectangle.
That is a label. By the way, this is a tag.
So, Luisa, I was not paying attention. What are you stamping with? Is that archival ink or is that distress oxide ink, something like that?
That is archival ink vintage photo.
Okay, we're good.
But you can also do it, of course, with any other ink.
Yeah, but then you have to be careful. Then you have to know what your next step is going to be.
Because you
Right?
have to be
This
fa-
is
yeah, you have to be a little
this is the
faster,
safe
I would
side.
say. Sorry, what?
What you're doing with the archival ink is, of course, a safer version because then you don't have to worry about am I going to add any liquid mediums on top or not. It doesn't
Yes,
matter.
of
That's
course.
what I
Yeah,
mean.
yeah.
Yeah. BGBW, love my messy hands. Okay, at least one of us loves them. I don't love them. I'm really trying not to think about my messy hands. Okay, wait. Somebody said, Lucinda, this is not an octagon. This is a hexagon. It has 6 sides. Octagon would have 8, I believe. Or am I completely losing it? It's not a hexagon. What is it then? Okay, Luisa, it's a label.
I don't want to make jokes about the comments, but I mean, for me, it's a label. But I have a totally different question for you, Barbara, and for all of you out there. So in the beginning, and you know, this whole thing we are doing here right now, the question is compartmental making practical for junk journaling? So now I'm thinking, I mean, we have learned what compartmental making is from Tim. If he would see this, would he still consider this as compartmental making, what I'm doing here? Because
I don't think so.
yeah, and that is something I would really like to hear your opinion, because I started with this stamping trick and cut these things. I mean, wait, this was the first thing. I have cut that out after I did this trick. Then I found out while I was cutting that I can also cut it like so to have a different aspect ratio, or even like this. But then I thought, why can't I, here where not so much of the stamping is, turn this into a label or a tag? And now I'm thinking, is this then still compartmental making? Because I'm not doing the same step, you know?
Yeah, I don't think you are. I think you're experimenting, but you're not. I always have the feeling when Tim does compartmental making, he exactly knows what he's doing. He has specific ideas in his head, and he just does it without actually experimenting because he already knows the result. That's my feeling I get when I watch his lives. He doesn't experiment. But you are our junk journal scientist, so you can't help it.
Yeah, but that's not my point. My point is
Sorry.
Is this still compartmental making? Because this compartmentalization, is that the
Ooh.
word?
Job. Yeah, I think so.
This compartmentalization, I still did in the first step, because, you know, imagine I would now stamp a lot of these papers first with different stamp sets, but with this rotation and generation trick for the stamping. And then I take all of these and cut different shapes. Like, you know, like tags, labels, journaling cards, and so on. Because now I'm coming to my main point behind this thought.
Finally,
I'm really sorry, but then it totally makes sense for junk journaling, because with this, I have a ton of cohesive pieces which I can put, for example, into the same journal for getting this cohesiveness throughout the journal, but I have different pieces. I'm not a card maker. I'm a junk journaler. I need tags, I need labels, I need little snippets. Verstehst du, was ich meine?
yeah. I get it. I think that would be considered compartmental making. Yeah, why
Yeah,
not?
but
That
is
step.
it then how a junk journaler would do compartmental making? Is it
Well,
that perhaps?
that's what we're trying to figure out, right?
Yeah, that is, I think I like to see it like that, because that
Yeah.
somehow makes sense to me.
Yep. Okay, so for those that were wondering whether I can do triangles or hexagons for that matter, I cannot, because I only have these silicone stamps, for example, in triangles, and they're too thin. Because when I close this with the magnets here, it's not thick enough to grab. So that puts that to rest, okay? I'm not doing it.
Huh? What? I didn't get the problem. What is the problem?
Look, I'm not using these rubber stamps. I'm using these silicone stamps, and they are very thin.
Yeah.
Right? So when I use these, and I close this, it's not gonna grab because the magnets
please
are too
just
high.
take the thing out, turn it around so that the silicone thing is on the other side. You can wait.
What?
Yeah. Yup. Lesson 1 for using the stamping platform. Here
Okay.
it says rubber.
Oh, there's 2 sides. Oh my goodness.
Take this thing out, just take it out, turn it the
Okay.
other way around where it says clear,
Oh my goodness. Clear. Yeah.
and then put it back in, and then it will grab your
No.
stamp.
No
Yes.
way. Are you serious? Well, kinda. Wait.
Well.
Yeah, it works. Oh my goodness. What? This
Yep,
is now what's
it
my
is.
excuse? You just took my excuse away.
Oh my goodness. Kathy
No.
has just written a word. I think you are craft experimenting. That's crafting plus compartmentaling and experimenting. What? Perhaps we should just have that as a new word.
Very cool.
Yeah. Perhaps we shouldn't think so much about what we are doing. Yes, das ist schon auch wahr.
Be nice to the triangles. Okay, I'm nice to the triangles. But look, okay, let me tell you. Okay, let me tell you what the issue is. So I put a triangle stamp here, yeah? And then my options are very limited because I can't just put the triangles in any which way and overlap and all that. This doesn't work for me. So the only way I can add more triangles is by lining them up to the 3 sides here, right? And that limits me a lot in my design. This is why I love rectangles, because they're so versatile and I can go in 4 directions. This is pissing me off now. Away it goes. That just flew across my table. Okay. So,
What the heck was that? Are we still here, Barbara?
yes, are we not? Yes, we're here.
There was a
Where?
circle rotating,
What?
and
I didn't
then
see it.
and then it said we are live now, and my time thing is starting from 0 now.
Mine is still running. 119 minutes, 120 minutes.
Okay,
I think we're good to go.
that
Someone is
seems
messing with
then
you.
to be normal. Okay, then my nerves are calmed.
Yeah. Margie, yeah, I flickered. I saw that too. But we're both here, right? You guys can see both of us, and the video didn't stop as far as I can tell. Yeah,
Okay,
seems okay. No, all good,
okay.
all good.
Oh, my nerve.
Okay, I'm stopping now.
Do you
But I
give up
learned
on the
something
rectangle?
new. Sorry?
Are you giving up on the rectangle?
I will never give up on the rectangles, but I did
Sorry, on
I did throw
the
my triangle across my desk.
yeah, that's what I was trying to say. I mixed the words.
Yeah, that's not happening. You guys try it if you want to know.
Hmm.
Okay, I think it's time to cut these up. Because
Can
that sounds
someone
like
please
fun.
come and ink these? Oh, I hate inking.
Should I help you, Luise? You
Yeah,
want to
please.
trade? You cut and I ink?
Yeah, I find
I'm
that
sure you
really.
would love cutting these up, right?
Oh my goodness, I think I would freak my freak.
Like what, in a good way or a bad way?
Don't know. Because, I mean, cutting up what someone else did,
Oh, but
made,
you have my
is.
full permission.
Ich weiß nicht, ob das
So
hilft.
now I'm wondering, should I like make kind of like a... Oh, I should not cut yours up. Oh my goodness, Luise, I almost cut yours up.
Don't cut my son.
What? No. Okay, I
Well,
saved it.
then I could always print the digital.
That is true, but it's not the same.
That's true.
Should I cut these, like make a master board? No, because then they get really thick. I'll just make them into like pockets and stuff. Here I overthink again. Watch me overthink everything again, guys. Okay, I love this one, so I know this is going to be a pocket. So that's easy. I'm not cutting it up. I don't care what you say. I'm not doing it. I have my limits here. Sorry for shaking. Okay, that's a beautiful pocket, but it needs some decoration then, obviously.
The size of the guillotine, I think we have different ones. This one is the smallest one.
Mine is also the smallest one. But I think it's a different generation or something.
What? No way. My hand is not
Oh,
so
maybe. Oh,
much
yeah, yours
longer.
is even smaller. Okay, okay, yours is smaller. Or I just have such small hands. No,
So
okay, yours
this
is
is
smaller. Fine.
mine is approximately, I mean, the cutting thing is 7.5 approximately by, does it say it here on the back somewhere? No. Ooh,
Okay,
am I
mine
stupid? Why can't I read it here? Holy cow. 6.25 by 3.5.
and mine is about 10.5. No, 10.75 inches by, well, I don't think it's even, but wait, by approximately 6.25 inches.
Okay. Did I mention how boring I find inking? Can someone please make a machine where you can, where like the mechanism makes this, and then you can just hold your paper on there and it will do it
I'm surprised that
automatically.
doesn't exist already.
Yeah. And what I also think, I don't even know if I want to ink them now because perhaps they will go somewhere where vintage photo will not fit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that means I will take them and put them into my stash like they are. And then I will ink them individually when I know where they will go.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And I will then take out my next task. But I will quickly run to my oven and look what the things with the crackle paint do there.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps we already have some results.
See, now how cool would it be if I was able to cut through the numbers and not be such a perfectionist again and say, oh no, this number needs to be on here fully. I just can't. And in case you're wondering, do I know what I'm cutting these for, what these are going to be? No, I'm just cutting now without trying to overthink things again. And then I will deal with the individual shapes and see what to make out of them. Yeah, that's what I'll do. As you may know from my channel, I love working in baby steps. That works best for me. It's the best way to learn how to problem solve, because the amount of times I mess up because I didn't think ahead is incredible. And so that gives me such a high learning curve of then dealing with the aftermath of that. It's great. I don't know what this is. We'll figure that out later. Got it, Barbara. Yeah, I'm trying. No, you mean through the number? I can't. I'm sorry. You would have to come here and do that for me. It's not in me. But don't these pieces look interesting now? Like, on purpose, you would never have a piece like this. But I think it's so fun. So, Luise, what are we seeing here?
You see me, wie ich mich sehr zusammenreiße, nicht auszurasten.
Warum? Was ist los?
Because, look,
She's trying not to freak her freak.
this,
Oh no!
I mean,
Oh no!
this card is really porous, and I haven't put collage medium on here because I thought it will hold on this postcard. And I have done the crackle paint on other postcards, which are exactly the same material, and it worked. So it must be the age of the medium or too much heat so that it perhaps dried too fast. But I will not throw this away. I will try to do something with this. On the photo paper, where I applied it pretty thick here, it's okay, but it's not completely dry here yet, but it crackled. And that makes me really happy because that proves that you can also use these older mediums. That is really good, but it's not completely dry here. And I think when I put this then later on a cardboard or so, then it will be okay, even if I haven't backed it beforehand. This turned out also pretty nice, I would say. Yeah, and on the flashcards where the collage medium was, it's pretty sturdy on there. And you can also see the crackles, and in combination with my little texture I made with the palette knife. I think that looks really cool. Ooh, that looks nearly like mica flakes. Because, this is the this where I made this with my palette knife, where I dabbed into the paint. And because of the crackles, it has this glittery effect. And that looks really nice.
I love that one.
On this original cabinet card, it also stays there. But what I also like to do is I like to go over this with my finger when I can feel some of these things falling off. I like to do it like this because what then stays on here will be there for forever. Because when it isn't coming off when I make this, then I mean, yeah, why should it come off later?
Yeah.
And that gives an additional nice effect because then you have these little openings there. And that looks really nice. Danke, Brunhilde.
That looks really cool.
Brunhilde und alle anderen deutschsprachigen Leute, die hier sind, danke, dass ihr hier seid. Das muss ich auch mal noch hier kurz loswerden, weil das ist nämlich auch nicht so selbstverständlich, dass man hier einem englischen Live beiwohnt, weil die Untertitel, die sind ja quasi nicht gesprochen verfügbar. Und ich weiß es sehr zu schätzen, dass ihr alle hier seid. Danke.
Ich auch.
Also, Entschuldigung, du auch natürlich. Aber jetzt guck dir das hier mal an. Was ist denn das für ein Masterpiece? Das ist ja geil. Okay. I think I will fix this later. How to make the crackles visible now, Barbara?
Crayons.
Yay!
Although I'm not good with that at all.
Why not?
I don't know.
The trick is apply the crayon carefully, like this. Now you should find that funny after I have explained that.
I know. I'm
100
sorry.
years ago.
I wasn't. looking. I'm so sorry.
Take a little bit of water. Do you see my question above, Julie? Wait. What was the question? I have rust powder that flaked off like that once it dried. Is there something I can do to stop it happening? Julie, please try to use some collage medium or gel medium or some kind of glue which dries transparent and not sticky, and then try to apply the medium. Sometimes you need something where the medium, like this paste, can, which can be, no, the medium needs something to grab on. And when you have glue underneath and then let that dry, of course, and then put the medium on, you could have luck with that. But I also experienced that there are some materials which don't want to have those mediums and where it just falls off. I mean, that is, perhaps a little more difficult when you do junk journaling, because there you have thousands of different materials which you could use. It's easier, it would be easier if you would use always the same paper, but that is boring in my eyes. But this was too much. Too much crayon. No. That was because I applied it so carefully. But just a little bit of water and then we have this. No more grass to focus on. Yes, that is correct. Apply the crayon carefully.
So I'm just going to make some of these into pockets and make a notch with my envelope punch board. Like that. I have the feeling I'm actually not doing compartmental making at the moment.
Why not?
I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't seem like it. But I don't know. It's weird. Maybe
But
it is.
I'm also a little bit disappointed.
In what? In me?
Yeah.
Why?
You said you have problems to apply the crayon, and now you don't look here what I'm doing, and then in the end you say, I don't know this. How I do that? Me.
And I also know I have to watch the replay, because how am I cannot multitask like this. Do you want me to just look at what you're doing the whole time?
No. But you have to, yes, but you have to do the other things as well.
I can't.
But then you have something like this. Do you like this?
That looks super cool.
Shall
Oh
I
my
explain?
goodness.
Shall I explain this again?
Sure.
To just do
I will
what you
pay
do
attention.
and
No,
just
I'm not.
try
I'll
to
just watch.
imagine what I'm doing.
No, I'll watch. So you apply the crayon carefully. I got that.
Carefully.
Yeah.
The tiniest bit of water, your finger or something like this.
Yeah.
Go over this carefully. Then either leave it like this or think that is too much. Take water. Let it dry.
Love it.
Don't do that on a paper like this, because this is porous and this is matte photo paper. And if I would
Yeah.
scribble the crayon on here, then it would stay there. It would not come
Yeah.
off with the water, and that would then be perhaps a little bit ruined.
Yeah, got that. Okay.
So you don't need to watch the replay. You can just go to the gym tomorrow.
Thank you. So, Simone says, Barbara, I think you are more focused on an end result. I don't know, maybe. But I don't know what the end result is yet either. So I'm kind of like in nirvana at the moment. I'm
But
struggling because I don't
isn't
really know how to go on.
isn't that also a little bit strange? I mean, when we think about this question, is compartmental making practical for junk journaling? Isn't that then also a little bit weird, because you make these things with the journal, you know, in
I already have a
mind?
journal in mind with colors and with digitals. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you say, I don't know what I will do with these. I don't know what I'm doing here. I don't know if this is, well, let's leave that question out. If it's compartmental making, still compartmental making, that is not important. But you just said you don't know what that is.
I don't know. I don't know what the end result will be.
Yeah, exactly that. But is that, I find that a little bit strange, because, I mean, interesting strange, because when you have already a journal in mind, how is that even then possible?
Well, because see, this is the difference I think between you and me when we work, and I think we've mentioned this before in other videos. I feel like you always have an end result in your head when you start a project, because you collect your materials that you're going to use, you look at the colors that you have in mind, whether it's for a specific journal or whatever, and then you you go through the steps to get to your end results. And that is not how my brain works. I hardly ever have an end result in mind. And I can, because I really have an issue if I don't see the middle steps. I cannot tell you what the end result is, because I need to see this like it is cut now, to think of what is my next logical step. And if I don't have this in front of me, I cannot make that decision. So so maybe I'm just a more visual person. So I have these now, and I can then decide, okay, they need clusters or more stamping or whatever, but I cannot say that before I have them cut up. But
I
you work
totally
extremely
get that.
differently,
But
though.
that makes it even more confusing to me, because when you then, yeah, because then you could just enjoy what you are doing there, because you don't need this vision of the end result.
It doesn't mean I don't need it. It means that I don't have it. It doesn't mean that I wouldn't like to have it, because I sometimes think it would make it a lot easier if I had that vision, because then I would know step by step how to get to that end result. But if I don't have an end result
Uh,
in sight, then I have to make a lot of decisions, individual decisions along the way, because with every step, I need to make a new decision. Okay, what do I add now? And sometimes, of course, that really bites me in the rear, because I realize afterwards that I needed to do something differently to do what I wanted to do then. And then I have to problem solve, which again is great for problem solving skills, because I've gotten pretty good at that. But it has its pluses and minuses. It is what it is. I cannot change, I think, the way I work, because this is just me. Like, I don't think you could
yeah.
I think you would get very annoyed working on something in baby steps like I do, and vice versa. I don't know. Maybe that would be a cool video idea, actually.
Yeah.
We each try the method of the other one, although I don't know if I could, to be honest.
I mean, I tried that with my chameleon junk journal cover,
Mm-hmm.
but I also realized that it doesn't work for me so well.
You mean
And
baby steps now?
yeah, baby steps. That was somehow really confusing for me. But I have another really big problem here in the chat, because there are many people who say that they haven't understood what we are doing here and what compartmental making shall mean. I think they came a little bit later
Late.
than others. So
Mm-hmm.
perhaps we should.
Mention to go back to the first part where we explain that in detail, because yes, we did mention it at the beginning of this video in short, but we have a very detailed explanation in part 1. So if you want to check that out, Luise, did you link my video under this video?
Unfortunately, not yet, but I will. I'm
Okay,
sorry.
it's fine.
I
If you go on my channel 49 Dragonflies, you can just go under the live tab and you can see part 1, and you can see you can watch all the details that we went through at the beginning. We don't want to bore the people that have already been here for a while to repeat ourselves.
But perhaps we can quickly explain it in 2 sentences again so that they don't run away.
Go ahead.
So, compartmental making means that you compartmentalize the process of making the things you want to have for your junk journals. That can be, for example, ephemera pieces, pages, covers, or whatever components you might want to have for your journal. And then instead of making the things to the very end so that you have a finished thing, you compartmentalize the process and you do the single steps, multiple times after each other. So if you want to make tags, you first cut all of the tag bases. Then the next day you make all of the backgrounds. The next day you cut out all of your focal points, and so on. And then in the end you have all of the components you can take to assemble the tags, and then you have a lot of tags for your journal. And that's the same for other ephemera and of course covers and other things as well. That was more than 2 sentences. I'm sorry.
I think you are forgiven.
Thank you.
Okay, so I've just decided to make some tag shapes out of these. So these will be nice tag
Ooh.
backgrounds.
Astrid. I'm so sorry. I have a really weird association with that comment here at the moment. Oh my goodness. I don't know how I come to that now. I try to explain that. The other day, my
Maybe you want to say what the comment is for those that don't speak German?
yeah, it doesn't have to do anything with what I'm saying now. It's completely
okay.
independent, but it somehow it's like such a funny thing, when you say something which is totally out of the context, which is okay and which is fine, of course, but sometimes it's funny when you say something completely out of the context.
Mm-hmm.
And that's exactly that what it reminds me to. The other day, I was sitting here with my landlord, and we talked about who and when we need to clean the street from the snow so that other people who walk along there can't slip out. Is that the word?
Can't slip.
Slip.
Or
I'm
yeah.
sorry.
Slip,
Yeah.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
So then we found out that the law says you need to clean the street from the snow. It needs to be clean in between 7 a.m. and blah, blah, blah in the night. And we looked at each other and said, what the heck, 7 a.m., that is so early. Who can do that, especially on the weekends? And then he said, okay, then we are just waiting for, what is the English word? For Klimaerwärmung.
Yeah, climate change.
Thank you. And that was so funny in that moment because,
That is
you know,
funny.
that's obviously not a solution, but that was just so like from nowhere where I
Yeah.
thought, how could you even think about something like that when you talk about such a serious problem like, you know, that is
Yeah.
too early. And now it's like a running joke, no matter what we have to do. Either him or me says, let's wait for Klimaerwärmung.
Oh my God, that's great. Is that on the one? That's not on one of your walls, is it?
No,
It
because
needs to
that,
go there.
yeah, I think so. But this happened just a few days ago, so I couldn't stamp it to the
Oh,
wall yet.
okay. Okay.
This is completely weird. This looks like a Vogelschiss. It is like bird poo. It's, you know, the same colors. Like, what is that?
Thank you, Kathy. You're very sweet. So, Luise, I just want to mention we have been on almost 150 minutes. How long
Yeah,
is
I
that?
have just
There's like
taken a look to my
one and a
clock,
half
and
hour, 2.5 hours.
yeah.
If I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying.
Yeah, and this is also a thing. I don't know what that is. I'm not so satisfied with what I have here today compared to Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Maybe because you were experimenting more and you were experimenting with a lot of mediums that needed to dry, so you don't really
Mm-hmm.
have as many results as you did on Friday.
Yeah, yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah.
That could be then a thing. So if someone would ask me, would you do compartmental making for junk journaling? I would say yes, but start with things where you don't need wet mediums.
Yeah.
Start with things where you know how the mediums will react, where it's more controllable what is going to happen. I mean, we said experiment with things. In the beginning, we said take colors, or perhaps you want to try to take colors which you normally don't use. But if you have never done it and you want to try it, I would like to change my mind and say, take the things you know and take those things which, you know, you can, which are berechenbar, controllable. It's not
Predictable.
predictable. Yes, that's the word. Thank you.
Thank you, Tracy. See you in the replay. Thanks for stopping by. Okay, so
Yeah.
Luise, I think we're very close to concluding this two-part series.
Yeah.
What is our conclusion now to this question?
Yeah.
Is it practical for junk journals or not?
I would say, well, I have another thing. I would, in general, I would say yes.
Mm-hmm.
But oh my goodness. I need to sort my thoughts for a second. I mean, this is also a little bit stress. If I do something like this on camera, this is stress because here we have different things which wouldn't be here without being this a live video. Because if I would record a video just, for my normal content, I
Mhm.
would definitely realize in between that I need to back this with something so that the paper
Mhm.
gets sturdier. I
Mhm.
would probably also don't take my dried out paste in the video. I would try it off camera.
Mhm.
Um, then when I record a normal video, I don't have the need to read the comments while I'm doing this.
Mhm.
Also, my mirroring screen is behind my phone cable because of space problems. I
Mhm.
can't see so well on my mirroring device what I'm doing here. That makes it hard. And there are all of these things where I can't really independently get to an opinion about this
I
regarding to
understand.
compartmental making. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, I know what you mean. It's not the experience you would have if you weren't on camera
Yeah.
or even doing
Or
a regular video.
yes. Yes,
Mhm. I
because then
understand.
then I can also think more in between, because then I can just pause the video, and you could
Mhm.
do that without recording as well. You could, if it wasn't live, you can go away and
Mhm.
drink a coffee, think about it, or do multiple of these with the same image, or print the image again, or whatever. But this is
Mhm.
not really realistic somehow
Yeah, I understand.
regarding to my decision, because of that, I would say in general, yes, it is practical for junk journaling, but the surrounding is a little bit weird here.
I understand. This is very interesting you say that because for me it's kind of the other way around because if I would have not done this in a live, I would have overthought things a lot more because I know it doesn't matter how long this takes. And I would have completely different results, or I would have maybe
Mm-hmm.
taken a long break and been frustrated. But now, being on camera, of course, there's a certain pressure to do something, no matter what it is, just do something, right? So
Mm-hmm.
that the viewers have something to watch, which helps me not to overthink quite as much as I usually would. So now I have these cute tags as back, that are great backgrounds. I
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't have these without this live. So for me, the pressure of creating something actually was very helpful.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it's so interesting, totally different experiences.
Yeah. If I
I
look
love
back to
that.
Friday, I would see it the same like you, because on Friday
Mhm.
it was different for me as well. Yeah.
Mhm. Thank you, Robin.
That's crazy.
Yeah. But if I think what you did today, I think was super helpful for the viewers because they saw your real process without you having the chance to correct
Mm-hmm.
outside of the camera, and you took the viewers along your process and the problem solving, and you could mention what you would have done differently, and that's a great way for all of us to learn, for
Mm-hmm.
me as well, of course.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Yeah.
think
That.
this was super valuable, more valuable than a recorded video where you just
Mm-hmm.
say, oh, and in between, by the way, I figured out this and this is why I'm doing this
Mm-hmm.
now. No, we
Mm-hmm.
watched you struggle through that and saw your fails. Let's just say, I mean, they're not really fails, but you know what I mean. They didn't go as
Yeah.
you wanted it to go.
Yeah.
I think this is so much more real and helpful.
Yeah. That's true. That's true. And it's also this, someone has just written that this multitasking thing, uh,
Mhm.
which we, I think, still have to learn, because this is, we haven't done this here so often yet, the thing with the
Mhm.
live.
Yeah.
And oh my goodness.
What? What?
I just shouldn't do it anymore in the future. Holy cow. I just have gotten some of these things into my brush.
Oh.
Yeah, and that makes it really hard as well. And someone has just written, we should appreciate Tim's skills to do the thing. And yeah, if you have seen his live yesterday, I mean, that was incredible. I mean, it's always incredible, but yesterday with those questions and answers, I have no idea how he can do that. Reading the comments, seeing the questions, interacting with the people, and at the same time do the techniques without any fails. And that is, I mean,
Wow.
that he
Yeah.
has my biggest respect for that. And someone has just written we should appreciate that, and I totally agree to that because that is just amazing. And I would love to learn some of this as well for the live videos, because I'm also thinking that here have been a lot of questions which haven't been answered today. But yeah, I hope that we can perhaps manage that. I don't want to say better because we did a great job today and I'm proud that we did that. But I want to learn that, yeah, to manage that better, to see more of the questions and so on, and to be able to answer them.
Yeah. I mean, we're really doing our best.
Yeah, obviously, but you know, I want more Tim skills.
Yeah, but I think he has a lot more practice than we do. As you said,
Yeah,
we just started doing lives.
that is correct.
Maybe we could ask our viewers, do you guys want us to get better at this? Do you want us to do more lives together? You guys, thank you so much for all your sweet comments. I'm reading them. I can't mention every one of them, but you guys are so sweet, so supportive and encouraging, and just the best. I'm so in love with you guys.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
could
you
not
guys are
say
the
that better.
cutest. Really, our community is seriously the best. You guys rock. So, okay, some of you seem to love these lives. That's good.
And Susan, yes, Tim has one helper in the
Mario,
studio, and that's
yeah,
Mario. They are,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
why should Sasha read the comments?
Hmm?
I don't know. Someone has written, have
Hmm.
Sasha read comments. Why?
Oh, I think I understand. Because then we have someone to point out important comments to us that we can reply to without us having to read every
Ah,
single comment. I think that's what's meant.
okay, yeah, but then we would have to live with Swabian English. And I don't mean that bad. I just say what he always says about his own English skills.
By the way, I just this really made me crack up. There's a comment here from Elvan, and it says, "Watching you two play together is a lot of fun." And you two, you've written a capital U and the number 2, and I'm like, "What? You're watching you two? How cool is that?" The band you two.
Oh
I
my
was
goodness. That is
instantly
fun.
jealous. I'm like, I want to watch you two. Sasha equals Mario. You need to show that to Sasha.
Well, but then I think I can say that because he would say that himself. He would need a class or so to get
Mm.
the skills Mario has. But yeah,
He could
I
sing the
think,
comments.
yeah, well, he had his chance, but he didn't take it.
Oh my God, Dina, Barbara, Luise, and Bono. Oh yes,
Barbara, Luise, and who?
Bono. See, Luise. Do you not know who Bono is? Yes.
Who
Oh my
who
God,
the heck is
that I get
Bono?
to live this moment. Can we please somehow make time freeze right now, because there is something Louisa does not know that I know. Oh my goodness, it's always the other way around. You know, Louisa always asks me, "Do you know this? Do you know?" They're always German things, you know. Like I do not live in a German world. You
Kelly
might think
family is
so.
not a German thing.
What is not German?
Kelly family, you didn't know the Kelly
Okay,
family.
the Kelly family. Okay, fine, but they do live in Germany. A lot of them,
What?
actually. Yeah, some of them live in Germany.
Really? But what the heck
Yes.
is Bono?
Okay, Bono is from U2. He's from the band. He's the singer.
Oh,
See, Luise, okay, thank you so much, dear God, for this moment. I will always come back to this if you say I don't know something in German. Seriously.
well, I think I just need a fourth device so that I can quickly Google.
Oh my gosh. Okay, thank you. This made my day now.
Well,
You
but
guys, this
when I
is
hear
this
the
is perfect
name
anyway.
now, I know the name. That is embarrassing. Oh
No,
my
this
goodness.
this is great. This is precious. This is priceless, you lose it. And it's on camera. It
It's
doesn't
on
get any better
camera
than this.
and it will stay here for forever.
Whoop,
Not
whoop,
toll.
whoop. Okay, I'm going to switch my camera back to face to camera because there's nothing else to see here. Oops, I almost.
Seriously. Do
Yeah,
you think I can do that? Oh my
why
goodness.
can't you? Wait,
Because here it's a lot of,
a lot
I
of what?
just need to make myself a way to go, to walk, not to go. So how to do this now?
What? Well, you put it there. Why can't you put it back? I don't get it. Ah, there she is.
Well, I have a mess on the floor. I have also there something pretty personal on my desk, which I
Oh,
can't show yet. Also a
I see.
make which is drying, which
I
I
see.
also can't show. And I don't accidentally want to have that there. I was not
Understand.
prepared for this.
Okay, okay. But you did it. Good job. Good job.
But now
Okay.
I'm fine.
Okay. Cool.
Cool.
So, to conclude, I can say from my part, I'm super happy we did this. I have a feeling I learned a lot. Will I be using this technique in the future? Sometimes, not always. If I have a specific journal in mind, it totally makes sense. I think it's
Mhm.
going to save so much time. For my planner, it doesn't make sense. So yeah, I'll use it sometimes and sometimes not. But I've definitely learned a lot. It was so much fun. So I again want to encourage you to try this process out.
Yeah. Someone was asking where the photo with the girl with the glasses is. I have had put some of the photos with the crackle paint on the oven and some on the floor next to the oven because there was not enough space, and those are not dry yet. So that's why I haven't brought them back to the desk, and it's the girl with the glasses is still over there. Yeah, I will definitely try to continue with this method, but perhaps with first with those more generic things. Is that the word? Like tags, journaling cards, cutting the bases for something, die cutting things. I, for example, also had, where are they now? Ah, here, these insects cut. They are, wait, I'll show you the set from this set here. And I have cut the different components from some colored paper. And then I have already put all the components for one animal in such a sleeve. So for example, this is the dragonfly.
You are so organized.
So that is here,
Oh
this
wow.
one. And then, you know, all of the components for this little guy are
Oh
in one of
wow.
these sleeves and so on. So that I then
That must
later
have taken
on,
forever.
what? These are only a few, look.
How many do you have? Okay.
Well,
Okay.
perhaps, I think 4 of each approximately. So that looks so much because some of them have 4 or 5 layers. For example, this little guy here has only
Mhm.
2 layers. And if you look at that sleeve, then you see it's not a lot.
Okay.
But
Okay, good.
I think I will continue doing this first for die cuts, like, you know, something like this, not assembling them while I'm cutting it, but just first cut everything and then later on assemble them as a second step. But in this
Yeah.
first round, I think I will go on with these easy things and then see how that can work.
Mm-hmm.
But I also think it was worth a try to do this, because it can also be good to do something and later on decide it's not my cup of tea, because if you haven't tried it, then you can't say anything about it.
Right. As I said at the beginning, I think just by watching our processes, you're not gonna figure out whether it's for you
Yeah.
or not. You really
Yeah.
have to go through this yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys are the cutest with your comments. Seriously. Like, I have a crush on all of you.
Yeah,
Luise, your
Robin.
definition of easy might be
Yeah.
different than mine. Yeah, I can so relate. I'm
Yeah.
with you, Robin.
Perhaps. But if I see things other people do, I want to freak out, because I think I could not do that. For example, jelly printing. To be honest, I sold my jelly plate.
What?
Yeah.
What?
I hate it. It's absolutely
You
terrible
hate
for
it?
me. Yeah. I hate jelly printing. I'm really sorry, but I have faster and, for me, easier and better solutions than using a jelly plate. It stresses me completely. I hate it. I love seeing it in other streams or in other videos. I love seeing your results, for example, these things with the jeans you made a while ago, or also the prints you have made over the weekend now. I love that, and I love seeing that, but I hate that. Then you have to wait until it's dry, and then it takes forever. Can't handle that.
Okay, I'm speechless. This is news to me. You didn't prepare me for this.
Yeah, but there are some people. Yeah, and that's it. We can't all be good at everything, and we can't all like everything. And yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Dina, now who's going to help Barbara? Yeah, that's exactly it. I need to figure this out on my own. I gotta be a big girl now and figure things out on my own with the
Yeah.
jelly plate. This is not good.
Yeah, and it's also here, someone says, I can't do these multi-layered die cuts. So that is, I mean, that is also interesting. Well, that is just,
Darcy, oh my goodness, thank you. You're the cutest. Darcy's here for me. Darcy, I love you.
but for example, this, it could have 150 layers per animal, and I would do that. You could wake me up in the middle of the night and say, I need 500 dragonflies, and each of those has 120 layers, and I say, give me the machine, give me the paper, which color do you want? For me, that is so meditative. But
Goodness. This is
yeah.
this is incredible. That is something I can never do. I don't have a single multi-layered die cut, and there's a reason for that. Because imagining the tiny detailed work on that would drive me nuts. That is so
That
interesting.
means, wait, when is your birthday? That means I needed to figure out which set I can give to you.
Yeah, then I'll gift you another jelly plate.
Oh,
Think about that.
missed. That I don't like that solution. I don't like that
I don't
solution.
like yours either. Light Bulb Nirvana, I have that book. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. I mean, Robin is the queen of jelly plate printing in my eyes. Yeah.
Yeah, but Sinliguns, what is that? What? How do you say that name?
Where?
Sinliguns. Lining them up would make me crazy. I'm with you, Barbara. Yeah, but for that, you have these little embossed lines on the first layer and the second layer, if there's a third layer, which can help you. You can just hold it a little bit back so that the light can hit it, and then you can see this little embossed line, and then you can exactly see where the thing needs to go. Wait.
But you know what? Okay. Can I tell you one of the other reasons why I don't like those multi-layers? And
Yeah.
I'm sure you're going to have a good answer for that.
Yeah.
So one reason is because of the detailed work and this stupid gluing of all these tiny parts.
Yeah.
But the other reason is when I look at these, and please contradict me on that, but my impression is that it's not very creative because everything is all, yeah, I know. That's why I'm telling you this, because I know you're going to have another opinion on this, but that's why I want to put it out there, because just seeing this and you just have to glue one on top of the other. Yes, you can choose colors, you can add different sprays and blah, 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 different techniques on them. But for me, that's not creative. It's already too done for me. You know what I mean? Can you relate to that at all? I know there's different ways of doing things, and you especially are the queen of doing things in a different way. But thinking about these, for me, it's just like, yeah, it's already there. Like, and this might be unfair. So tell me your point of view. Obviously, you have a different one.
That's too much for my brain. I'm just thinking, I mean, it's not coincidence that I have chosen this set for cutting over the weekend because I need these in one of my next videos. And I'm just thinking if it is possible for me to answer that question directly in a video. Oh my goodness.
Lake Wolf, thank you.
Lake Wolf, thank you very, very much. Oh, that is so cute. And that's why I'm struggling with my answer right now, because obviously my answer is they are very creative, but I'm just thinking if I have the possibility to include that in my upcoming video, then you could directly see it, and perhaps the other people here are also interested in that. That is why I have problems with this answer right now, because yeah, I will give you the answer in a video.
Yeah, I was gonna say, just tease the video. Perfect.
Yeah,
Marketing.
but
There we go. People,
what
watch
is
my
your
video.
problem? Is your problem that let's
I
say,
have many problems, Luise.
but what is the problem that this is not creative? Is it that it is always the same shape, or that you think you also have to use these colors, or what is the
No, I get that I can use different colors.
yeah, but what is the problem?
Because there is I think my problem is because there's a specific way you're supposed to assemble them. And you can't
Okay.
say, oh, I'll put one leg there and the other one there. It's just gonna look weird. Maybe with some you can, but I mean, you know what I mean? Like there's instructions. For me, it's like building an IKEA furniture. You know, it's like you have this, then you put this, and then maybe you put some spatters on it or something. You know what I mean? It's like
Okay, I got the point. The video script is already here, and let's make a little bet. Ne.
a bet. A
Oh,
wette?
seriously? Bet? Is it bet? Wette?
What are you trying to say? I don't know.
Wette. Wette.
Wette.
Wir
Yeah, a
machen
bet.
eine
It's a
Wette.
bet. Yeah, it's a
Okay.
bet. What are we betting?
You please watch my video very intensively. Yeah.
Carefully, very, very.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not cleaning the room, not reading a book, but sitting there and concentrating on the video.
Okay,
Then
I'll do my best. Yeah.
but how can you try that then out? Well, after you have watched it, you either tell me it's not allowed, but for experimental and those reasons, it's probably allowed. You either ask me to send you some cutouts from this, even if that is not allowed, you know, or you buy a set and try it out. And after that, I bet that you are convinced that you want to have more.
Okay.
And if not, what will I do then? I mean, what ist denn mein Einsatz? I have no idea.
You get a jelly plate.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I will get a jelly plate. If you are not convinced, I will get a jelly plate.
And okay. You get a jelly plate, and we have one more jelly plate printing session together.
Okay. Oh my goodness.
Yeah?
I need to make a very, very good and convincing video.
You do. There's a lot on the line here.
I have a little bit shiz. But that is the bet.
Okay.
But
You've
I
all
also
heard
have
it.
another
You're all
problem.
witnesses.
My problem is the battery of my phone is empty in a few minutes.
We need to stop anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, so
And
I will buy my own set, because then I can choose which one. Okay? And I will follow your instructions closely.
yeah, wait. First you have to watch the video, then you have to decide if you want the set.
I'll watch the video. Yes, I will I promise I will watch the video. I will follow your instructions and
And
give
if you
you
then
an
think
honest
that's still
assessment.
boring, then you don't need to spend your money on a set. If you think that's stupid, then you don't need to buy a set.
Maybe okay. I'll buy one that you don't have, and if I don't like it, I will send it to you.
Oh, that is a very great idea.
Yeah.
Okay. I quickly wanted to say something which I found really interesting. Tim said that yesterday as well, which is good for you and good for us, and especially for you if you want to watch more junk journal related videos on YouTube. If you like this stream, please press the thumbs up. You can also leave a comment, but the thumbs up would be really helpful, not only for us, but also for you, because when the algorithm sees that you like this video, you will automatically get more suggestions of similar videos. So then the algorithm gets to know what you want to see. And for that is really helpful, because then you don't have to search for forever, but you get automatically other videos and also perhaps new channels you don't know yet and more videos you might be interested in.
That's a very good point. Yeah.
And of course it helps to push our video as well. Thank you.
Yeah, to other like-minded people who might learn something from this video. So yeah, that would be helpful as well. Okay.
So then
I would say that's a wrap.
Yep, that's a wrap.
That makes me hungry. Wrap.
Yeah,
wrap.
me too. So then let's go and eat something, and then
go eat something. It's late. It's too late for eating. It's 9 p.m. I can't eat now. Okay. Anyway, thank you guys so much for being here. You are the best.
Thank you.
Love you guys. Bye.
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 Bye-bye.